I like that.
I am definitely playing the wrong stream intro, but hello. This is the wrong intro.
I just realized that was.
Oh yeah, you. Not both of us talking. Hello, AR. Not both of us talking during the intro. Hello, AR. Happy Father's Day to you. I know you take care of your nephew, so shout out to you. Hope you're having a good Father's Day. Has this intro always been this loud? Cause honey. Welcome in.
You again, no baby, there's no.
Oh, there you go. What a spot to come in. Don't stop singing. You know what I'm saying? Hello. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Shout out to the husband. Sure, you can king. I see you here in the chat. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to AR. He said he needs child support. He has badass nephews over here tearing up his house. That's the way it should be. Hello. Not me having a banner up already. Hey, Twan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I miss this. I miss being on camera, having my face on the internet. I miss talking to you. It's been a minute.
It was indeed. We had a lot of fun yesterday. Just kicking it, cutting up on the internet. I feel like my mic is too far away from my face, but I also feel like if I lift it, everything's gonna fall over. So, let's see. Let's test the theory out. But so I laid around today. Sorry for the delay, everybody. I'm in a different time zone. This is a temporary move, so I thought it would be clever of me not to change the times I put when I do all my marketing and stuff for my shows. So how's my sound? Does my voice sound full?
Yeah.
Do I sound really?
Beyonce. It's giving Beyonce. Okay.
It's good. I was like, because I feel like my mic is turned the wrong way, but I'm really not going to be messing with it. But anyway,
these aren't the best headphones, so I'm gonna go ahead and just say it's good for me.
I think it should be. Yeah, I feel like it should be fine. So yeah, I put 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on all of my posters and everything. So I'm just like kicking it, chilling. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be live at 4:00. So me and Twan's like, can I get the link? And I'm like,
yikes.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. And I pulled up looking all sorts of crazy. It was
But
funny.
even
But
at
here we
your
are.
best, even at your worst, bitches could
Yeah.
never.
It was giving. I probably looked like I rolled out of the bed and like just pulled up because I was definitely in shock.
Happy Father's Day, him versus her solutions. Thankfully, I'm not a father, but I'll take it all the same.
Ooh,
Father's
don't
Day.
do me. Don't do me. Come out, thankfully. Yeah,
No, I'm
kids are
sorry for
bad.
me and my life and the way it's set up. Thankfully,
The way my funds in life is set up. But yeah, we've
the
been
way my selfishness.
having. Yeah, we had a good Father's Day today. The girls got their father some shirts and made him some handmade gifts for Father's Day. And then I made breakfast. And then I took Advil and laid down until it was time for me to get up because I didn't feel the greatest. I feel better now. Could be the drugs. Could just be I needed a long nap because of the move. I mean, it was just running every day nonstop. Like, so it's been quite stressful. So it could just be that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Twan. I want to give you your flowers because you moved like when we were doing the shit, like we were in our run, and I know you moved in the middle of that and you still pulled up. Yeah, I don't know how you did that. And if you feel like I forced you to do it, I want to apologize because that's a lot.
No, what you mean? No,
I just want to make sure.
I enjoy doing this. Trust me, if I didn't, you would have heard some bullshit by now.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad. I just wanted to make sure I acknowledge it. It's kind of hot. I'm gonna need the air temperature. I'm sweating now because all these lights. Hey, babe.
Yeah, it's laundry day, and I pulled
Somebody
this out of a suitcase.
Can you turn the air temperature? Fix it. I got all this wig on and these lights, and now I'm hot. Hey, Shy Cutie.
Hey, Shy.
So anyway, today's show, we're going to be talking about production value versus entertainment. And of course, this is Otaku Talk, where we do anime in a relatable way. You can keep it cute or keep it pushing. That's what we always say. And we always try to talk about anime, but we also love for our chat to be a part of it and for y'all to feel like y'all can relate to the content. So we pride ourselves in being able to pull anybody into our conversations. So that being said, we're going to talk about anime, but we're also going to talk about this across the board because there's a lot of video games that suffer with this and movies and TV shows. So it's a very relatable thing. Hey, Shy Cutie, y'all backgrounds are giving. Thank you.
Been working on it, girl. Been working on it.
You know what I'm saying? We got a new setup. Who this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I love Twan's good vibes. It's just so cute. I just really like it. It's giving. So, but we're gonna start off. It's Father's Day, and I didn't think about it at first, but I just want to have a little segment where we talk about like our favorite anime dads. I know we did a show where we did like in the past a quiz on anime dads and stuff like that.
And we did the worst anime dads too, right?
We did some of the I think it was the worst. Period.
Yeah,
we did the worst. Yeah, but we did not do the best. Or just like one or two of the favorites, even if they were on that list. Because I think at the time we did a Grisha Yeager, like we found out more about his story. Like after that, I feel like
we didn't know. Didn't we?
We didn't know the twist.
Because I feel like you were saying that Aaron takes the cake now for worst anime dad.
Yeah, because I think we did the show right before they revealed that Aaron was basically like pulling his strings the whole time.
Oh, okay. Heard.
Yeah. So we kind of put him on there. Now I feel bad for the poor guy. I'm like, dang, he really didn't deserve it.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
That conversation happened after the fact, and we did put him on.
Right. Yeah. So I'm like, dang, Aaron might need to be on there. And so, all right. So let's do favorite anime dads. I'm in and out today. I know it's Father's Day. Y'all come in and out. We are just definitely happy to be back. We're trying to start our track of, being back consistently. I mean, it wasn't really an inconsistency thing. It was just a move. So we'll be here and we'll be chatting. We'll be doing our thing and y'all come in and chat with us and rock with us. We're back on Millen, so that's kind of nice. Cause man, OBS was dragging us. I'm in and out today. Yeah. So, favorite anime dad. So who's one of your favorite anime dads?
I think the first one that comes to my mind when I think of like great anime dads is probably Hughes from Full Metal Alchemist. Maze.
Okay.
I think he's he's just such a good father. Like he loves his daughter like nobody's business. He's a family man. You know, I feel like his wife definitely comes second to the daughter though because he's obsessed.
You
And the
know, that's
way
kind of
the
real life though.
what really speaks to me and how I know that he's like one of my top is because when he died, I
Hmm.
felt more for the daughter. I
Oh,
fully felt for the daughter because I just like she was what 2, 3 or something. She was old enough to say like daddy. I feel like to be like this is my daddy. This is my
yeah,
everything.
she might have been 2 or 3. It gets real around the age of 3, like the
Hmm.
attachment to the dad.
Right.
Okay, I
So
can't get you
he
something to
probably is
drink.
my
My
number
there's
one. I
somebody over
think
there. Yeah.
unless during this you bring up somebody else that I might feel like maybe boosting him down, but he's probably like my number one. What's this?
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
She was asking me for something to drink. So, but one of my favorites is from Usagi Drop, which I don't know if you've ever seen Usagi Drop. It's
Usagi
just a
drop.
dad and his daughter, and they're just the cutest little combo. I just realized I got something on. Let me take this off. This overlay. But yeah, Usagi Drop. I love the little dad and the daughter in that. It's a is it a slice of life? It's a slice of life anime. It's very cute. It's emotional. It's just like a wholesome show. But I just love the dad and the daughter, their relationship from
Oh,
Usagi
I can
Drop. That's
already
who's on.
tell. I just
Yeah,
looked
that's
up the
who's on my.
thumbnails.
That's who's on the thumbnail for the thing. I'm just gonna pull it up for the people who have you ever heard of Usagi Drop?
Like right there, looking at him doing her hair.
Yes, it's just I think the mom died. I haven't seen it in a long time. They have a live action, but the mom passed. It's just him and his daughter. Or did he take her in? I cannot remember. I watched this probably like right out of high school or something like that, or kind
Mm-hmm.
of in that era. So I can't really remember, but it's one of the most wholesome shows you'll ever watch. He's one of the best anime dads I've ever seen in my life, and I'm almost
Okay.
positive it made me cry. So
Poop on me then,
anyway.
because we didn't really get to see too much of him being an amazing dad in Full Metal Alchemist. Hughes.
Right.
We saw we of course saw he like carried a picture everywhere, and the little
Mm-hmm.
times we did see him with the family, of course, it was adorable and everything. But we didn't really see a
Right.
full development of him as a father. So yeah, I would. My person probably would take a back seat to yours if that's their whole
Right.
storyline.
Let's see where's the link. We haven't dropped the link yet. We're gonna get into production versus entertainment, and we definitely will open it up to you to come up and join us for that part. Right now, we're just talking about some of our favorite anime dads. So if you have a favorite anime dad, feel free to drop them in the chat. Hello, 100 watts. Happy Father's Day to you. I know you're also a father. He said, "Is that
Happy
a one
Father's
earring
Day.
kind of outfit? Let me know. I'm missing the drip." What is he talking about?
Oh, is he talking about me? Am
I don't know
wrong?
if he said. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think
But
so.
I mean, this been the drip for me for a few years now.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
switch
drip. I
up.
mean, but
I'll
speaking
switch
of
up.
drip, I got on my little logo shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
You can
come
kinda see it, maybe.
on, Kawaii,
Kawaii
Kawaii Bree,
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
It's the same as my logo. So speaking of drip, I love this shirt. It's so comfortable.
It's cute. I
It's
really
very
like. I
comfortable.
like the base AF, the red and black one.
Oh yeah, it says, and then on the back, I think, yeah, this shirt says, "I'll try to turn without knocking over all my stuff."
Oh, that is the one. Oh, I thought that was on the front.
No, that's for the men. The men's shirt do have based AF on the front.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
And this one
All right.
has one on the back. So yes, that is in the store. I love this shirt. So let's see. All snap, yeah. So let's see who else. I mean, I feel like a lot of anime dads are trash. Can we just?
I mean, a lot of them are trash. I think, like, when you think about it, like, the good ones definitely get outshone by the bad ones. Because, like, me thinking, like, a few of them comes to mind. I think of Maze. Like I said, he was the first one to pop up.
Mhm.
My first inkling was, like, Naruto, right? He was a great dad to Boruto. But actually, like, kind of no. Like, no.
He wasn't.
No.
Okay, what about
No.
Orochimaru? Is he a good anime dad?
No. I mean... Maybe because we don't see him in Mitsuki's.
In Boruto?
No. Orochimaru is
Okay,
absolutely
what
not
about
it.
Sasuke? He ain't getting husband of the year.
No, he's also not getting father of the year, although he does care. Like, it's obvious that he cares, but he almost killed
Right.
Sarada the first time they met. He literally almost put a sword through her face. And then he
Sesshomaru then.
No.
Well, talking about his actual daughters.
I was about to say, because you married your daughter.
Not the one he groomed and married. The ones he they birth daddy. And
I haven't seen much at all of the new series for Inuyasha with the kids. So
right.
Yeah, I can't really speak to it. But what about you? Have you seen a good amount of it? Yeah.
He's not gonna say he's the best dad. He's not winning any awards, but he definitely keeps them safe. You know how Sesshomaru.
Nobody's giving people awards for doing the bare minimum.
Yeah, but you know how Sesshomaru, he always has this reason. He's doing everything that nobody else in the show knows why he's doing it. So it's always that kind. It's very much. It's still the same.
I'll give Sesshomaru flowers if. I'll give him whatever flowers if we can acknowledge that somebody like Vegeta has, like, if I'll give Sesshomaru flowers when he has a progression with his family like Vegeta has, because Vegeta was kind of ain't shit, and like he grown to really be a family man. I feel like
that's true.
And the way
we don't see him fathering though. Maybe meeting Trunks changed him. But maybe meeting Trunks was like a turning point for him. Yeah, like when he met him, and like I think that maybe was a turning point for him a lot.
Because I think he was really impressed with 100% Trunks. You know, like even though his new form was all bulky and stuff like that, he was really giving the business. Like coming into the new season of Future Trunks being introduced, you saw the way he sunned Frieza. Like at that time, he was probably one of the strongest behind Goku.
Do you think he lived vicariously through Trunks being so awesome? Because of like how he always got like stunned on.
Not always.
No, Twan don't have kids.
Trunks came in. No, I don't have kids. No.
Why? I'm gonna need you to not laugh loudly every time you say that.
I did not got kids.
I'm gonna need you to like for us like you just like no, I'm not a prisoner of war.
I know
like,
it's real petty. It's real petty. But on Father's Day, I'm just sitting here like, don't listen. I am not a prisoner. Don't wish it on me. I don't know how it would accidentally happen, but I do drink and I have female friends. So let's go ahead and not put that into the earth. What's up, Shelly?
Yella said, just waking up. Happy Father's Day, Yella. I just woke up too. That's why we was late. I took a solid ass nap. Something about Father's Day. It's just like, yes, you must nap now. So yes, I also tell your husband, I said, Happy Father's Day, Kawaii. Thank you. Right now he's fathering in the back. Wow. I'm glad we got here because my daughters hadn't seen him in like 2 months. And then like our my bonus daughter, she stays in Cali, so she hadn't seen him in a while either. So I'm so glad we made it out here before Father's Day because I would have hated him to like be here without us on Father's Day. So
that's good.
I think I think that's like the best gift for him that we made it the weekend of Father's. Like we literally just got here on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he said Twan was like, "Bitch, would." So yeah, that's the best Father's Day gift, and he got a new TV, so I'm sure he ain't gonna be studying my ass.
Oh, let me be nosy.
See, that sounds nasty. Wasn't that sexual? Like, you know what? Man in these TVs, how many inches is it? It's like y'all. I'm just saying
because if
I don't know what we got one for the bedroom.
For the bedroom, so it's just a little smaller. My bedroom.
It's like a 55. It's a 55.
Okay, that's cute. That's cute.
Is that big?
55 for me. 55 is a good living room TV. My bedroom is gonna be the 75.
Oh, so the bigger one, the bigger one is gonna be in the living room because I there's a cap on how big the bedroom TV can be for me because when I be trying to sleep, I don't need all that TV shining in my face. Oh, it's a 50.
Oh, it's 50. So you sleep with the TV on or no?
No. I actually do not like TVs in the bedroom.
Oh, okay.
So I like really want a small. Like for me, I'd rather have like a 42-inch in the bedroom.
Okay.
Or something like that. I don't know if that's it's 50. Look, he on here. It's 50. It's 50. I don't know how big the one in the living room is gonna be, but so I prefer none. But he's just like, we need one. We got a lot of kids.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I'm such a homebody though, and then I don't know. I just because my whole like gaming setup will be in here, and like sometimes I'll probably want to stream what I'm doing on a big because my TV will be mounted eventually, so I want to like cast some stuff up on there, a little extra plus monitor.
It's like becoming a homebody after the age of 30, just kind of like inevitable.
I feel. Yeah, I mean, not for a lot of people. Never mind. No, there's a lot of people.
I just really be trying to, but y'all know how high like rent and stuff is. Like, I just can't imagine paying all that to be like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave.
Right. Very true. Once I pay my rent, I'm kind of stuck. That's my excuse. Why don't you ever come out? Because I pay money to be here.
That's what I'm saying. You just like, you spend all that money to do that, and then you're just like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm about to just leave, and it's just kind of done. It's just dumb to me. I want to try something real quick. Hopefully, I won't blow up the stream.
Okay.
I did something. Look, I'm gonna show y'all. Look at this. I be having extra time. But you have any other? Like I said, most anime dads are trash. Do you have any other anime dads that you really like?
I don't really like. Let me see.
Whatever you like.
Hold on.
See, I did a thing, y'all.
What you do? Oh, that's cute.
Isn't that cute?
You made a little box for it.
I tried.
I was like, because
then I got lazy.
On Melon, it won't resize the actual webcam. So if I put the chat up, it covers up the webcams.
It's a chat in the thing.
And what?
On the screen.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Before you did this, but
okay.
I think Mike Guy would be a good dad. I feel like, well, is
who?
A good dad. Mike Guy from Naruto, Rock Lee's mentor / obviously got to be his daddy. Like, I don't see. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me that's not Rock Lee's daddy.
I don't know. Can we say Endeavor's a good daddy yet? Or is he still trash?
No. And because I just read the latest manga that came out, literally the last one that came out, the last two actually. No, I'm not putting him up there. You can.
You absolutely can. Okay, no, because I now feel like I'm walking into a trap, and then I'm gonna get drugged about this later. No, I don't know. No.
It's just my opinion, and even with the
I think there's too much shoulder shrugging going on for me. So I'm gonna just say never mind. Happy Father's. I'm just gonna say never mind. So I'll pull up my my YouTube chats down here at the bottom. That way I'm not constantly clicking the screen because it's annoying as fuck. But Twitch chat is up here on the screen, so y'all can figure out the names. Yellow all the way over there. Yellow, you ain't subscribed to me. I see you.
I see the true colors.
You want your whole name to show you got a sub. Okay. Anyway, but so who else? I don't know. Okay, I can't do Endeavor because you made me feel really bad about it. There's got to be another one.
I think. Let me see, because I bet there is. I think I pull up a little list, see what people saying. Because I feel like, there's some good anime dads, but I just don't see enough to really feel comfortable with saying that. Like, I think Bleach's father, Ichigo's dad from Bleach.
Ichigo is a dad, but we don't know what kind of dad. I don't know what kind of dad.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to speak on the ones that I've at least seen them father a little bit to form an opinion. And I think his name is Ishii. Anyway,
I was allowed to say something, but I was like, I'm not gonna say that on Father's Day.
What?
With all these men's in the chat. No, I'm not gonna say that.
Text it to me.
I was like, are we ever gonna see like a good dad besides like on something like Usagi Drop, where it's like a dad where the mom has to force him to like rise up to the occasion of fathering this little girl? Like, are we really gonna see a show? Shout out to the Daddy and Spy family. Let's do him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's adoptive. He's still contemplating leaving him high and dry once commission's done. He hasn't gotten across that threshold yet. And when you
trying
can possibly
though.
abandon your children and wife at any given time,
But
I don't know
that's
if you
not
can be
his
called
blood
crazy.
child.
So why we calling him a father?
Okay, dang, you ain't gonna give me nobody. Do y'all
I'm
know any
just
good
listen.
anime
I'm
dads?
calling
You
it
can, and if
like
y'all
I
don't watch
see it.
anime in the chat, just let me know if any TV dads. What's your favorite TV dad? It doesn't even have to be anime.
I was about to say All Might. But All
All-
Might ain't technically a dad.
Piccolo.
Oh, the dad from Psyche K.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Right?
I don't watch that, but okay.
Oh.
Piccolo.
Okay. Good. Okay. Shouting out to the Black fathers. Okay.
You know, the stepdaddies.
Black
Ishin,
stepdad. I like
Ishin
that.
Kurosaki.
That's what I was
Ichigo's
mentioning.
dad.
Yeah, Ichigo's dad. He was. I just like we see him be a great like fun, caring for the family. I guess. Well, not even really that because his daughters do everything. He's literally comic relief. Like I don't really. The only time he's really done something is when he stepped in to fight Aizen, which began to wipe the floor with Aizen. And I'm like, where were you all these seasons? Just at home cooking?
Can't no daddy. If no daddy is good enough for Twan. He's like, why you wait all long? Why you wait all late? We can't get this. We got to get at least one more anime
His son
dad.
died like at least twice on the brink of death, multiple times.
Everybody falls short of the glory of God. Okay.
Listen. I gave a great one that cannot be argued in that space.
Minato died for his kid. There you go.
Minato. Yes, Minato from Naruto.
So we'll do this.
And never mind.
What about a TV dad?
I'm gonna take Minato's too.
I need something. See, Twan don't like nobody. I need somebody in the chat to give me a non-anime good dad.
Because Minato, even though he was a great dad, he didn't get an amazing amount of time to be a dad. It was one night, but he, sacrificed himself for the village. Great, but he did not secure the bag when it comes to making sure Naruto is taken care of. He gave Naruto safety and security to an old man who left him in an apartment building for years. whose first time meeting him in person was like stumbling upon him in a campfire. And gave him food for one day. No, Naruto was looking at changing his hand trying to buy ramen noodles.
I got a non-anime good daddy. The daddy from Mitchell's versus Machine, which is an animated movie. And wait, no, he don't count. There is really just not a lot of good daddies on TV. Is this a thing?
I mean,
they always die
in the show.
If they're a good daddy, if they're a good daddy, they die. Like the dad in Doom. Yeah. The dad in Doom was good, and he died. I was like, he's gonna die.
Oh,
he supports his son. He's gonna die.
That's not an anime, but Static Shock's daddy.
Static Shock's
daddy was good. No, he wasn't not dead, but he was a good father.
Oh, that works. There you go. Now we can see the people.
He gave him power and visited him in his heart. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take it back.
The daddy from the Inside Cutie watched The Boy and the Beast. I'm gonna say the daddy from the what is his name? Kamari. He took in the little boy. He was like his he fostered him and he was a good dad. He sacrificed himself for him in the end. He visited him in his heart. And that's better than some daddies. Some daddies don't visit people at all. Carl Winslow. Was Carl Winslow a good dad?
Yeah, Carl Winslow was a good dad. If we talk about just dads in general, Fresh Prince, Uncle Phil, yes, that's a great father. That's a father that I would want. I
don't know. Carl always feels like he was just yelling.
He was angry a lot. But you got some of them angry dads who mean all the best and they raise some good kids. They just, the kids learn to navigate the angry daddy and they love him for it. And eventually,
I feel like that's like Sleek Unfair though. The daddy from what was the Empire? Terrence Howard.
No.
Hey, Trash Getaway.
Happy Father's Day.
We're gonna well, it's been about 30 minutes and we've been talking about good dads. So we're gonna move on to the main conversation of the show, which is production value versus, I put storyline because I think entertainment can come from either storyline or production value.
Yeah.
So I just did like production versus storyline, and this was something that Twan came up with. So Twan, I'm gonna give you the floor to talk about like what you were, why you wanted to talk about it in some examples.
Well, I was just thinking to myself, like, what do I really enjoy out of anime? And like when I list the things, the top two are storyline and the actual visuals of it, like what it looks like to me while I'm watching it. Because a couple of animes back when they first started out, some that I do regret now that I might not have given a chance just because it kind of looked bad, didn't look worth my time. And like the first one that I can stick out and which we've been read for in the past is One Piece. I completely stone cold dropped One Piece like it was nobody's business after like 2-3 episodes because I was like, who drew this? Like, was you being funny? Like that was.
I cannot. Yeah, I want to just before. I can't. The early, I just can't watch it. But
yeah, so that really turned me off. But as I like see it now, and I see how far the animations come, and I hear more and more about the actual storylines and the plot development and the backstories of a lot of the characters, like Sanji. We talked about him briefly in our Fire episode. He has a great backstory and progression as a character. So like that's one that I regret. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna do it. Sorry, but I can fully stand up in the fact that. I might have judged it, prematurely, and now that it's in what some would say a great place, it's kind of too late for me. So it made me think, like, what do people really look for in their animes? Because some people worship One Piece. Some people worship some of the more maybe not artistically inspired or amazing feats, but the storyline is amazing. It might have, like you said about Gurren Lagann, how it actually has like heart and like substance behind it. Even though I'm not gonna take nothing from Gurren Lagann, because even though I did kind of think to myself, it's not really great hardcore animation. There are some amazing scenes in Gurren Lagann, but I'm just talking about as a whole when I just look at it. Like if it's something that gives you Attack on Titan, if it's something that gives you like the way Talk.0, I think that's how you say it, Attack.0, the way that looks versus his trash storyline, that's something. I feel like they overhauled everything into the animation of it versus...
My husband said like episode 160 and it's not too late for you to get into it. He did like blow through those episodes. He started not too long ago. So that's One Piece.
You on 160 of what? 1,250?
That was, you know what I'm saying? But I do say, I can definitely say I hate the way One Piece looks.
I do. I did. I think I like it a little bit now that I feel like I understand the idea of One Piece more.
But I do think, like, I think most people would say the storyline matters most. But then I'm like trying to think of like examples in life where anime or not of things that just like were a really good story, but they did not have the production to pull it off. I feel like that's a less of a thing with anime. Maybe we never see the really, really, really bad anime. But like I feel like there's less the thing with anime and more thing with like live action productions where like they don't have the budget to pull off the vision. What about you?
Like,
you think of?
Sure, you can say it. He's like, you got to start somewhere. I do agree with that. I didn't give a lot of anime that time and that space to, though, which is where I'm speaking from now. Like, I can own up to that and realize that. And a lot of stuff I'm going back now and watching. But I'm trying to think of one that like was maybe like not the best.
I mean, when I was looking up some that have low production value, I mean, I saw Kill la Kill, and I think a lot of times in anime, what you'll see if they don't have the biggest. I mean, if they don't have the biggest budget, you'll usually see it when it comes to like fight scenes. I feel like
that's when they like put their foot in it.
I mean, well, I feel like if they don't have the budget, the fight scenes are short, or they're more like they feel more like like a lot of cuts.
That's like One Punch Man. The first season had some really great fights. I thought it had some really great animated fights, but then we get to the second season, the visuals took an obvious step down, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
And when it
That's
came
true.
to really giving service to these fights, there wasn't much fan service. It was like, this fight is happening, 1, 2, 3, boom, it's done. And
Right.
that carried through the whole season, which I was really disappointed in because I was really looking forward to seeing Garo. I think that's how you say his name. The human monster.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I just did like a sneak peek into the latest chapter of One Punch Man because I don't read the manga, but I wanted to see like where they were, like who's still in the story. And well, spoiler alert, mute for the next 20 seconds.
Right. I don't. Yeah. I don't.
Garo was still there, but like in this crazy super god form, and I'm just like, how are they still fighting? Aren't you One Punch Man? Shouldn't this have been over a long time ago?
Right.
All right, spoiler over.
I think that's the hard. I mean, like I said, I didn't watch it. It took too long to make another season of it. By that point, I had like kind of completely lost interest. But like, I think it started off as like this running joke, and so yeah, I have no idea how they morph it into an actual like storyline and stuff like that. I don't even know, but I feel like this is also one of the issues with something like that, where it's kind of like,
I gave them space because I realized that okay, they're doing this thing where he just comes in at the tail end, and the development is more so given to the other characters. But
right.
I just don't see how you do that for 160 some odd chapters.
Yeah, that seems excessive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that'll lose me. I definitely would stop watching the show if it gets to that point. So, I mean, I do like the first thing I thought of, I think when you brought up this topic was like Demon Slayer. Because of course, you know, you always have those edgy anime fans who like, if everybody likes it, they hate it. Right. So, like, that's one of the complaints some people who don't like Demon Slayer say, that it has high production value, but not a great storyline. Do you think that's true? Do you think they lean too much on the production in Demon Slayer? Or do you think that it's good?
I think because I'm one that I enjoy the story of Demon Slayer. Do I think it's incredibly original if it's just never been done before? No. But I think because it does have a good storyline, it has great character development within the storyline, so you care about the characters a lot more. And then the actual animation, you know, with that being separate, is such put to a high tier. I feel like it's so much thought put into almost every episode back to back. So people, I feel like, put the story or don't give the story or the character development much consideration because the anime, the art is so amazing. So that's kind of the selling point when you're trying to get people to watch it. And I feel like sometimes it might take over, but I stand behind Demon Slayer on both ends. And I see this. What anime is similar to Demon Slayer? I'm not saying that the actual anime is the same, but the tropes, like, you know, you have this set of 12 villains, and you got this set of 12 good guys, and eventually, you know, they're all gonna end up battling each other, sword fighting, demons. Like, it's not crazy original, you know, but the way they handle it and the way they move throughout the show, I think is super creative and interesting. That's why I'm invested every episode.
Thank you, Spitfire. Happy Father's Day to you, Spitfire. Thank you for telling me I was muted. I was going to say, yeah, I think it's the typical shonen like Clash of the Titans, like typical setup, one team versus another team. This person fights this person.
Right.
But I
that's
think
more so what I mean.
Yeah, I don't agree with that whole like it's not good. I think if we're talking about shonen as well, if you put Demon Slayer next to other shonen, I feel like Demon Slayer is a good shonen. Like in the sense that you do feel like the stakes are higher in something like Demon Slayer versus their shows like My Hero or something where I would be shocked if any of your faves die. Not to say they won't. Or, like most shonen, like people gonna die. You know somebody's gonna die along the way. But in Demon Slayer, you really do feel like the stakes are higher. Like even when we were playing, you really just don't know. Like, oh, is this person gonna die? Who's gonna die? So
I really am on edge a lot more than I am about like a Naruto or like even a Bleach, because we see a lot of our main characters make it to the very end, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Besides the characters that they bring in and try and make seem like a main character before they cut them off.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So I don't agree with that. I think people just try to be edgy and not like what the general population likes. Like I feel like that's what happens a lot with Demon Slayer. I think it's a good mix of like the production value and a good story. Like it's like I said, for shonen, it's up there for me. I'm not really a shonen person, but I like it. Spitfire said they suspect that it's a Japanese thing more so than an anime thing. Gurren Lagann was the main shonen I see where there's a huge character there.
Yeah,
that hurt.
Yeah,
and they set us up for their death. Like they from episode 1, they set us up to be completely destroyed by their death.
Give you the Ned Stark treatment. Build this person up, put him on all the promotional posters, make him seem like he's gonna be it, and then end of the season, just go and cut that head off on the order of a 13-year-old.
But I like I said, I feel like in anime, this isn't really an issue as much. I don't think bad production holds back any stories that I've seen. Like we were having a conversation, like some of the older Gundam is low production. I think high production costs and budgets is a newer phenomenon for anime.
Yeah.
Not like I think Evangelion had big because it's huge over there, like huge in Japan. So that got the budget later on, but even the first, season of it was not high budget. I feel like all old anime was low. So I feel like this big anime studio with these high production costs and teams is like a newer thing because anime is kind of like a worldwide phenomenon more than it used to be.
Yeah, I think
production is subjective.
That's true.
In what sense?
I mean, everything is subjective. Well, not everything. Majority of things are subjective, but I get what you're saying about production. I feel like I get what you're saying, like, to each his own type of thing, where your taste lies when it comes to production.
Right.
I just think, like, there's the ones that obviously stick out. Old anime where cell shading and
that's true
on ones.
That's true. Yeah. Like hand drawing animation limits the capabilities of what you can show.
Because we probably wasn't going to see no fight scenes like we saw in Jujutsu Kaisen with the clapping and teleporting. We wasn't going to see that back in the early 90s and the late 80s.
Or Demon Slayer. I mean, because like those are like 3D rendered, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like those fights, which beautiful.
Yeah, they are, and it's eye-catching. But I think that's where like a certain wave of anime fans come from, to where it's all about the spectacle. And if it's not that, then it's boring. Like some people that would never watch a slice of life. Some people that would never watch something like what I'm watching now. I'm gonna stand for that in a minute. But Monster, because it's not like a crazy storyline where there's constant fighting or anything. It's more like a psychological horror. But
Death Note had looked like it had a bomb-ass production budget.
That's true. The cinematography, yeah, that's true. The cinematography and Death Note, some of them shots, the way they did camera panning angles was really, really top tier.
I was gonna say. So I don't know. I mean, I started this anime slice of life called Sailor with Ukebi's Sailor Uniform or something like that. Stupid high production for a slice of life, just for no fucking reason. I mean, they're animating strands of her hair falling in her face while she's eating
and that stuff gets me so. Sorry, naughty word, naughty phrase. It just it does it for me when I even if it's not like take yourself back to like the Final Fantasy where you're playing like the game and it has that certain graphics, but then when you hit that cutscene and each hair just falls. If you give me a shot like that in anime, where I guess in Naruto, I hate constantly bringing up Naruto for examples, but Naruto in the early days was really good with giving so animation until all of a sudden Orochimaru pop out and Sasuke got a fight, and then that shit just shake the fuck up.
Yeah, and I think I'm sure you can reference like Naruto changing the animation style to give you a sense of the scale of the fights. Which I think is really smart.
You knew it was once that all of a sudden the thick outlines and stuff like that become real fine and crisp. You just know somebody else stepped in the illustration chat.
I'm like, who? Yeah, like I just like, man, if the whole show looked like this, would it probably be super expensive? Let's see. I think he moved into adult anime life where it's no longer a cartoon; it just shows. So he watches a lot of life now. Beyond, but I enjoy all of it. Like at this point in my otaku life, like anime is TV. I mean,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not really like
Because
just
it
a fighting
is like
show.
that's how it should be appreciated. Because there's some themes and some like plot points and life lessons that I could not gonna say never, but I've got a lot more of those
American
throughout my
TV could
years.
never.
Right. Like growing up watching anime honestly has informed a lot of the ways I like my mannerisms or the way I
Right.
handle situations or look at life. A lot of that comes from anime. I mean, even when I smile, and this is just kind of, I don't want it to be like cultural appropriate or like, I don't know, like, or see racist or something, but it's not in my thought process when it happens. But a lot of times when I'm walking through the street and I see people and they wave at me, like I'll smile, but I'll close my eyes.
Oh no!
I
I mean, my eyes naturally do that, but like that's you know, I wish life wasn't. You know, I get that though. You feel like you're like I'm the main character,
but like I'm not even me thinking about it. I'm not thinking like, oh, this is how I'm gonna say hey. But sometimes I'll notice it after an interaction. I'll be like, did I just give a little?
I do, you know, on a side note, I do appreciate some of the Japanese, like, you know, just body language things that they have that we don't have, and definitely is underappreciated. I love that, you know, their active listening. It's like, and you know, like all their sounds.
That's a good part of me loving subs over dubs a lot of the time, because I just love how much these Japanese VAs, they really like give to a role. Like they really are acting out every breath, every syllable, every emotion. Like I hear it, I feel it. And sometimes when I see it, listen to American voice acting, although like there are some good, like I don't know why I have to preface that, there are some amazing voice acting shows. Like
but it just, I mean, you're mix matching a cultural, like a whole different culture with different sounds, inflections, non-verbal cues. You're mashing that with a whole nother culture, and sometimes it just doesn't land the same way.
And that's you said that so eloquently, and I'm gonna start using that moving forward when I talk about this subject, because that's the perfect way to put it. It's just something about it doesn't quite fit.
Right.
Most of the time, it's something about it just not really fit, and it takes me out of it. Like I want to be immersed, I want to be lost all the time.
We don't have a lot of the nonverbal cues that they have either. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're so different. I mean, because I remember taking Japanese in college, and like my professor just like giving us a clip of just like Japanese stuff, because there came this point in the lesson where we started learning about like nonverbal Japanese things, just like hand motions they do, and like certain. And it's just like when you think about like how much you're watching an anime, and like a lot of that stuff is we're missing it because we don't even, it has no context for us. Like, I think that's kind of also why like subs don't always land. I mean, there's some good ones, but still, like I agree. Even the good ones, like there's just sounds and things that you just not gonna catch.
Now the only one not the only one. The one that I like have been watching in nothing but dub, because I even switched over to the sub for a couple episodes, but I end up switching right back because I don't know, it's just something about the voice actors that they chose. I gotta look them up and see exactly who they are, but I've just been interested in watching it. But yeah, I'd highly recommend, if I haven't said it enough, y'all, it's Monster. It came out, the manga came out in 1994. I think it ran until 1996, maybe later than that. But the anime came out in 2004.
Okay.
It ran until 2010, I think.
We got somebody in the back. Okay, we got somebody in the back. I'm gonna change the overlay. Go ahead, finish your thought, and then I'll.
I'm just saying it was like, it's really taken me by storm, and it's one of those anime that I'm so mad I didn't watch when it was airing, or that I didn't watch it in youth, because I feel like that's one of those animes that would have elevated me sooner to the type of anime that I would watch. You know, for me, Death Note was the first one that I watched like that really had me interested in other stuff that was just punching and kicking and power-ups.
Right. I mean, Death Note did
have been that for me.
Change the game. I don't think I would have been the type of person that would have said, you know, I want to watch a psychological thriller, like of an anime or something. I mean, so I mean, Death Note, Cowboy Bebop, and Psycho-Pass definitely
Cowboy Bebop,
helped me be able to just watch different stuff. Let's see. I'm gonna bring Jay up. Got Jay in the back.
Was doing a lot. Psychopath with them guns and explosions. I was a little like, hold on, wait a minute.
He said it was doing a lot. Hey Jay, welcome to the show. Hello,
What's up, man?
hello.
Long time no see. I ain't seen you in a minute.
How
I
you been,
know he
man?
couldn't ever get his thing to work when he came on Millie.
Well, no,
I was
no,
like,
that's because I kept using it on the phone. That's the problem.
oh,
The phone doesn't work. And guys, this
yeah,
is Samsung S20. All right, so don't get off my neck. This shit.
yeah.
This
No,
shit
it does not work well on the phone at all. I
if you have
definitely
an
agree.
Android, and I have an Android.
I got a Samsung too, but that's the reason why I'm using my Apple to stream and not this.
So you got two phones?
Huh?
Yeah,
So you
it's
rocking
one of
two?
those
That's
dealers
crazy.
got two phones.
No, I heard y'all. Sorry about that, but I
Go
heard
ahead.
both y'all conversation of that animes that are just different. And I know when Bree was on the show with me and my little brother, and we told her that there were certain anime, like she could actually tell how we were speaking to her that we weren't
Excuse me.
meatheads. How we
Yeah, go ahead.
some of the slice of life stuff or some of the stuff that's kind of psychological, tragedy, suspense. Those can be just as good as the action ones. But the
100%.
problem
yeah.
is people have, newbie anime fans have the attention span of a goldfish, and all they care about is action. So when they don't really care about the slice of life aspect,
Yeah, that was
and
me.
for example, I actually want to give you one to watch. That's all comedy, and it's freaking hilarious.
Hit
I
me
was in
with it.
college when I watched this, y'all. The daily lives of high school boys. That shit is sitcom funny, bro. I promise you. I'm like, let me get this a try. Man. I had nothing better to do because I got done with my homework when I was in the freaking library. I decided to watch it. I had my headphones on. But this shit was funny, bro.
What's it called again?
Listen, the
Oh,
Daily
wait.
Lives of High School Boys. You want to know a good anime? Is when
That's
you can look
funny.
at the thumbnail and tell. Because I just looking at this, let it focus if y'all can see it. Just looking at
it's
this,
so
you can clearly see each person's fucking personality so well. I know I'ma love this motherfucker so hard.
You gonna like him?
I know
It's
I am.
hilarious. I just never seen anything so funny that I literally spent every second. It was just the funniest thing I've ever seen in my
I'm
life.
watching.
And I told people it wasn't overdone. It wasn't overbearing. Like they
No.
let you off what type of series that this is. And guess what? I'm gonna see if anybody reacted to this. You got black brothers, like this group of brothers that react to almost every new anime. These brothers reacted to all the high school episodes. They said, "Yo, this is the funniest stuff we've ever seen."
Yeah.
Man.
I need a good hilarious one. I feel like I really don't watch or see a lot of anime that are legitimately like hilarious to me. There are some chuckles,
Right.
there's some laughs. Like Mob Psycho. Reagan used to make me tear up sometimes with the facial expressions he would do. He was, but even that one, it wasn't one that I was like sitting here in stitches the whole time. Like I really do kind of want one of those
Oh,
because
this
I
is
got
gonna get
my other one. I got my crying ones. I got those down. My action, my thrillers, my horror. I don't really got a good comedy one, so I'm looking forward to it.
yeah,
I'm probably gonna
that
watch
was
it tonight.
Throw Konosuba in there. That's the most popular one.
Yeah,
Konosuba.
Everybody knows
I
that.
started Konosuba. I don't know why I didn't finish it.
Yeah, it's funny too. I
Yeah,
think
that
it
one's
definitely
meant to be
kept me
funny.
laughing.
Like it's
Yeah, it kept me laughing.
It's an expect kind that's a comedy, and I like that. I'm talking about pure comedy, where
Mhm.
it's just
Yeah.
like whether it has the etchiness in there or not, I don't care. That's a byproduct. It was just funny because the main character, he's so different from everybody. Like the other isekai characters, he's just making everybody look like a damn fool. I just can't. I love him.
They have some of the most hilarious moments I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But Jay, do you have any anime when you think of a low production anime? We talked about a few. We talked about a few that like are low production but have great stories, which I mean obviously are a lot of the older anime where they're hand drawing and they don't have that.
Yeah.
But do you know of any new? I can't think of any new anime that like.
I don't want to get no
really
hate
ranked
for
up.
this, but
what?
one that I just story and art that just don't do it for me too much. There's some character designs I like, but I am not a fan of Cannon Busters. I want it to be so bad.
Oh yeah.
I just don't like Cannon Busters, man. I tried. I really
There's
did.
nothing wrong with
And
that.
huh?
As in number one, that it's a mixed bag to be honest.
But that one hurt though, because I feel like the production cost was. I feel like the production, but I mean, maybe it's because of the studio.
Hold
like
on.
I know he was
I feel like I'm
started,
about to
yeah.
get red.
Okay,
Somebody said,
so
hold
let
on.
me tell y'all, this my brother right here, and he said that's his boy. He does actually know LaShawn. Thomas, the guy who made Cannabis.
Yeah, I know. I was
And
like, I feel
and all that.
somebody's gonna
So
give
he
me.
already, that's my boy. So
I
did he
know.
suffer budget? I wonder if he suffered budget limitations.
Well, honestly, because I do like the fact that you have that type of connection with that art, that creator. So, like, how do you like? What is your critique on it? Like, how do you feel about it? Like, you know, I guess you don't have to go into crazy example, but like, give it like a rating and just a brief description of how you felt about it.
Yeah,
because I did watch it in a place where I was kind of watching back-to-back anime that wasn't catching my attention, and I feel like Cannon Busters may have been like 5th and 6th in the line, and I was like, and I kept moving. So I would be open to it if you could like really like give me something to be like.
He's already responding. He said there's always budget constraints, but he had to move to Korea to get it done. Why did LaShawn have to move to Korea to get it done? Could he not find a Japanese studio that would like do it for him, or like was it just a budget thing? And it's one of those things where you're working through how to do this while doing it. That's true, because he had to learn he kind of had to learn while he was doing it. So I do think it's a little
stuff with that type of background to it to give it that grace, because I'm looking at it in the lens of, oh, this is another badass, especially because I was so excited about just the black of it all. Like I was like, this looks like it's going to be great from the previews I saw, and I love the music. That opening song to Cannon Busters,
right?
I love it. That
of course you do.
That's it.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
They all formed those out to Korean work studios. Okay. So but I do think it's a legitimate example. I think the story itself wasn't really strong. I look at it more as like his ode to anime. Like somebody like LaShawn Thomas like loves anime and like loves the art of it as a black person growing up. So maybe for me it felt unoriginal, but then I kind of thought of it as the lens of like, I'm getting to make my own anime. I'm gonna just give an ode to the best things I loved about like mechas and like, you know, this hero story. So when I looked at it more like that way, I'm not gonna say it's like, you know, but I did list it in my Black History anime list for that reason, because it's like, it's LaShawn Thomas. He's doing it for the culture.
And I feel like, oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but there were some issues. So,
and I think perspective changes a lot in many different aspects when it comes to entertainment. Like I can't tell you how many times I listened to a song the first time was like trash, and then got drunk, listened to it in the club, and was like, this is everything. No, really. And I feel like sometimes with anime it's the same way. Like I said, there's been anime that and that's like, I'll talk to you about this, like a hashtag classics that I've never appreciated, or like really never gave the reverence it deserved, and maybe even made me just pass it along. Like I feel like I could have come across Monster and like saw the thumbnail or watched the first episode and was like, oh yeah, but where's the fire?
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of binging it now. I think I'm like episode
Monster is really great.
3 out of like 74, and yeah, I'm scared if I ever saw somebody like Johan Lieber in person, I'm not going nowhere near you, baby.
And I tell everybody, man, you see the best thing about him is that he doesn't have any superpowers. He can manipulate anyone's psychology. That's why I like him. Like
from 9.
Like if you have daddy issues, mommy issues, he can just manipulate you. He can make you do whatever he wants you to do, and after that, he'll make you X yourself. That's why I like him. He can just manipulate.
Shout out to sorry to interrupt. Shout out to Summer Miss Pie. She just redeemed Sing Mode for 2,500 points. So for the next for the next minute, you have to sing everything you say. But carry on. Continue y'all's conversation, please.
But the thing about Johan is that he don't give a fuck if you a child or an adult. The way he made that little boy almost kill himself when he couldn't find his parents.
Yo.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Yo, these are some Zero shit. Like, I'll send you both to hell for this shit. First of all,
I have nothing.
Quiet Breed for one of the best series that is very behind you.
Fruits Basket. Yeah,
I gotta give you your points because I actually want to talk about that with you. That's for damn sure. Because if you guys, that was anime back in the day that had the great production. That's one of the ones. But also, it didn't fully adapt. If you guys understand that. And the craziest thing with the dub now, they got the same people they did last time, except for a few new extra characters like Ren and Momiji. Yeah. Momiji sounds way better than we did in the original. And
I love
that
them both.
production wasn't all that well, but when they got a greenlit to be redone, I was like, yo, we actually. I said, hopefully they don't fuck it up this time.
No, they did a good job.
On well command. And then once they did the first season, I was like, okay, there's some hope here. Just don't screw it up.
Hold on, Jay. Yellow said you're not singing. Yellow said you're supposed to be singing.
Sing moment, everyone, me.
Yep.
I would sing Japanese songs. Who you?
I thought it was just hosts. I didn't know it was everybody.
Yeah, it was just us.
Brittany, I haven't heard you utter a note.
I ain't have nothing. No, it's been a minute, and y'all were in conversation on the anime I have not watched, so I had nothing to say.
You still not singing now. You still not singing now.
The minute's over. The minute's over.
Oh, whatever. I hopefully you enjoy mine for them coins. Thank you.
Yeah, you did great. You did a great job.
We'll get Usher and Nicole with Twan, and we'll see like they come up with a track together.
Yeah.
But I know y'all were talking about. Let's see, but no, finish your thought about Fruits Basket. I'm sorry, I didn't want you.
Well, see, Twan, you can be part of this too, because I actually, damn, we don't have to do. If we're gonna talk about that, that's 3 seasons, and I know that's a lot. I'll be honest, that's a lot of talk, a lot of characters we gotta cover for that whole thing. Because
I mean, yeah, that is a detail.
I mean, you mean be real? I mean, I read the whole book when I was in high school, and my female friend, she's my sister now to this day. She got me on that series. I checked it out around that time. She's like, read the book is better. Read the book. I was like, yo, I'm like,
wait, like it's one of those light novels, or are you talking about the manga?
No, not a light novel. It's actually a manga. It's actually a manga series.
Yeah.
And also, with the prelude that just came out, what was a light novel was how her mom and her dad got together.
Mm-hmm. And that's the one that's coming out, right? And Yellow redeemed.
It's been out.
Oh, he redeemed Sing Mo. He said, "Try this again from the diaphragm, please."
So, Brittany, do you have any interesting ideas about fruit baskets?
I don't, but I have a song dedicated to Yellow.
Okay. All right.
So fuck you, fuck you. That's my song dedicated to Yellow.
I see you driving around town, tipping bits for me to go sing. Fuck
you, fuck you. There you go.
I apologize, Yellow. That was uncalled for your generosity.
That's my evil twin. We get to cuss each other out on the internet for free. It's cool.
But real quick, just a shout out, because Fruit Baskets, and this is crazy because I was such a hardcore fight scenes, where's the action, give me the graphics. My first mangas I ever remember reading, at least, was I would go to the Columbus Library and go to the little young adult section, check out the mangas, and Fruit Baskets and Peach Girl were
my two.
No, he was gonna say Peach Girl. How did I know you were gonna say Peach Girl? It's either Peach Girl or Fushigi Yuji. That's the only one in the library that they had.
Mm-hmm.
I still got. Hey, listen to all y'all out there who think I just like action, guys. Never underestimate your dude, because he actually got layers. Girls when he read
layers.
Some romance novels. So notice,
I'm like an onion
in my closet, bro. So
I'm like an onion. I got layers.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I love it.
That's one low quality but a pretty damn good story. It's not a 10 out of 10 story, but it's like a solid. Okay, I'll say this. You can say another Inuyasha before Inuyasha came out. Is what you can say. But you'll like the main guy more than you like that romance between Inuyasha and Kagome more often, because it makes more sense. And not to mention, you had a best friend trying to go for the dude too. So Inuyasha's
on our problematic 2022 list.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Inuyasha, what you were saying? Or what was that? Was it like adjacent to Inuyasha, or was it Inuyasha?
Inuyasha, the main.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, we were just making the joke that the fact that Shishomaru wifed up Ren and had kids with her is problematic. Yeah. We're not cancelable. with just a tad bit problematic.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
a tad.
It's different.
But
I will never live to be 3,000, so I don't know how I feel if I was 3,000.
he's not 3,000. You
25.
just keep messing with. You just keep making this man 3,000.
But you get my point. This
No, I
man has
got your
lived.
point. I got your point.
And if I was 300, I can't imagine if I looked the way I did now and I saw somebody else that was like, I don't know, 20, you know, like
20, but I'm 300 years old.
Okay, but we look the same. But we look the same.
It's the whole vampire thing, man.
If we was walking in public, I wouldn't be batted. Let me not say 20 because that's minor status. 21. But if I was 300, I'm saying like it's some hot little. Listen, if I'm 60, if I'm 70, and a little 25, 27-year-olds looking at me, I'm a bite.
I mean, if you want to live out your sugar mama daddy dreams,
no, ain't nobody spending money. We going to the cougar grave robber status. Let's do that because ain't nobody spending no money.
I do want to say before I move on to the next talking point that I watched Fruit Basket when I was like in high school, and I used to go to this program at Georgia State University for like SAT prep and stuff. And for our lunches, we would go find an empty like classroom, and we would play like we would watch this show. So there'd be like a room of like 15 people just like in there, like at a desk. It looked like we were like taking notes. We sit at the desk, we eat our lunch, and we would watch Fruits Basket. And it was like one of my like favorite memories from high school. Just
that
like
sounds
sitting
dope.
there with other nerds, like watching Fruits Basket for lunch period at our SAT prep like summer program. It was like one of my favorite memories. So like it always holds a special place in my heart for that because I had found my group of blurs. It was like my first not family group of blurs playing. I think I've been lucky with blurs, but
it sounds like it from our previous conversations. I'm always jealous when I hear you talk about stories because I didn't have that for a long time.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't realize how lucky I was.
I feel you on that one.
So it's special.
You relate a lot to some of the characters, like whether you're a girl or a dude. I tell people like, bro, I was Keo incarnate in high school. When you might tell me middle school or high school, bro, I was Keo 24/7. Now that I'm older, I'm more like I'm a mix between Yuki and Hatsuharu now. I realize
you would have been their Zodiacs if you got like hugged or some affection, which that's what you would turn into, or would you be something different?
You turn into
yeah, because like I think I'm learning more, becoming more Hatsuharu like, but I'm more Yuki right now. I'm gonna be honest. Now that I'm older and I wise, that I'm more Yuki now, more after that. But I was Kyo incarnate, bro. I just get in the fights. I'm just angry all the time. It's just like, bro, and I had a hard time speaking. Not when I was more in high school, it was more middle school, going into high school. And I'm like, dude, I can understand. I'm like, dude, I see you. Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, he's like, that motherfucker is me.
And you see me.
Yeah, right.
You know, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. You should be able to see yourself in some of these characters. Let me move to the next talking point. The next talking point is that I do think sometimes when we're talking about high production, there is a threat of, you know, as the production gets higher, there are going to be creators who are leaning on how good it looks instead of the storytelling. Yeah, the substance. I think anime is going to be a little, I'm not as concerned about it per se in anime, just because most anime come from original content, which are manga, which are hand drawn and are really focused on the story. So I kind of don't feel like that's a big threat to anime per se, unless we start coming out with anime, just original stories straight to anime, not adapted from manga. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that's a threat as the production teams and costs get higher, or do you feel like it's kind of foolproof as long as it's adapted from manga?
I don't know about foolproof. And the example I gave earlier was Tech.0. I'm not a huge fan of it, although it looks brilliant to me. It literally looks like a masterpiece visually. Some of the fights and the way that they fight with music, or like the musical score behind it, like I think it's really cool, but I think it's just really lacking on the actual likability of certain characters. Like, and I don't know. I didn't do any research to see where they feel like their shortcomings were, but I don't know. I feel like a lot was put on the production value of it to compete with a lot of the stuff that we see now that's killing it on both ends. And I don't know 100% if they are. Have y'all seen that one? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, no,
I haven't seen that one.
A little bit of it, but
how do you feel about it, Sean?
it could use some work when I first saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there were like budgeting talks or issues whenever I felt like I watched it. And it's like, you're sacrificing something. You're sacrificing more like the story just for the production value, or it's like you sacrifice production for story.
And that's how I feel like they do.
Ruby's the best one I can bring up for this, because when it first came out, the first 2 seasons, it looked like PS1, PS2 graphics, and I can understand. But hey,
don't do Spyro like that, bro. Don't do Spyro like that.
Twan knows what I'm talking about. He's seen the freaking.
It did look like something from Play. I agree.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, but the action scenes look so good, even though it was in that thing. I guess some of the action kind of made up for it. Mm-hmm. And really, I'll be honest, there was really the driving force for those 2 seasons, Bree, was the action. It wasn't really so much the production.
Oh yeah, of course.
More often not the story. I'm gonna be real about that. I'm a fan, but I can take my fanboy guys out and be like, nah, motherfucker, the action driving this. That's the only reason I stuck with it. And you got some characters with personalities that I kind of like, that made me stay in with it a little bit longer. And then
like
when Freak came around, like, okay, now we're gonna give you the story.
What character made him stick around? What character?
That was like, I can. You keeping me here. Well, which one was that for you?
Yeah. No.
Who was it for you? Who was it for you? Who was that character? He's asking. What character?
It was Yang, and it was Blake for the most part.
Oh, okay.
Because the group is very different. You got the little sister who's just little happy go lucky. That's what she is. You have the cold ice princess. That's Weiss. Then you have the girl who's off-putting, keeps to herself, who's very dark and mysterious. That's Blake. And then and then you have Yang, who's like this energetic adventurer girl who loves to fight. And actually, she's the female Saiyan. If we're gonna be real, she's the one. Saiyan. She's the one that I like the most. Yeah, of course, I like her too. Yeah, and the thing is, like, I think when you have like polarizing characters like that, like there should be enough there to kind of make you stay, to make you feel invested.
Ooh, hold on, y'all. I'll be right back.
Oh,
okay.
Get back here soon, brother. I'll need you here.
I agree. I mean, so you're saying like so you did like the characters help you stay invested in that show, even when, because like for me, I like to think I'm not a production snob, but I know I wanted to watch it because I knew the backstory of like who created it and stuff, and I really wanted to watch it, but I could not get past the low production quality.
The PS1, and that's
I couldn't get past it. So maybe I'm a production snob, a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm a production snob.
I can agree with that for a good minute. Nowadays I fully will give an anime a lot more episodes before I cut it off. But I
mean, my Dress Up Darling was high production too. Like, I just love the fact that we're in this phase of life where even slice of life anime and like romance anime are finally getting the budget they deserve.
Right.
As a like shoujo, josei, like Fruits Basket was one of the few, but like as a hardcore like fan of a lot of that genre for a long time, they wasn't getting their budgets now. Now Nana did get a budget. Nana had a good budget. Paradise Kiss, but like
they were pretty solid for their time.
Yeah, they looked really good. But we've been struggling. Some of this line art be a little shaky. Okay.
Lovely Complex suffered from actually that is a generation one. As much as I like it suffered. Yeah, I can see why some people who read the manga watch the anime. I can see why they would probably not like it, because there are some scenes where it looks good and some scenes it looks wacky.
Yeah, it'd be shaky. Be shaky. Sometimes them line art it be looking a little.
I can point out the bullshit.
That's how I felt about Attack on Titan season 1. I'm like, what are these thick ass lines? they shaped up.
That was a stylistic choice, but that did not translate well at the end.
I think it was a stylistic choice. Yeah, and at first I was kind of cool for it, but I was hoping, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think it ended once they got older, once they did that first time skip. Because that's what I was expecting. I was like, okay, they're doing this whole, like, these are children, thick lines, gives a little something. But
a little bit more, yeah. Oh, his sound just went out. Twan, your sound just went out.
Twan, can you hear us?
Twan, your mic just went out.
Yeah, your sound went out.
We can't hear you. Not yet. We can't hear you yet. It's still, it just went like when you adjusted it, it got low and then it just kind of went out. Like maybe it's a short or something. Like it got lower and then it went out. I can see you.
Yeah, I can see
I don't know if you're saying, can you see me? We can see you. We just can't hear you.
We can see you. We just can't hear you. That's all.
Yeah.
I hate that.
But
I have to do that because I make it seem like somebody is deaf. I don't want to do that.
but I am because, like I said, on Otaku Talk, we always try to keep it anime, but in a relatable way. So I am gonna move just for the people who are tuning in and watching, who maybe don't know any of these anime. We're gonna move this conversation into what I think is a good example of one of the problems sometimes when you have high production. Like I said, I think anime is pretty foolproof. We do know some. Oh, I can hear myself through Twan's laptop.
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to, because I was out, I couldn't hear nothing for a second.
Oh, okay, but we can hear you now. Okay. We're gonna move the conversation into the more relatable section of the show, where we try to let people who are watching this who don't watch anime. So, if you know any video games that suffer this fate, or my favorite to talk about, Game of Thrones, we know the production value really kicked up towards the end of Game of Thrones after it had a full-on fandom. They took 10 years of my life. I want some money back for that, but they lost track of the story. Like they as the production went up, like I feel like they almost forgot what they was supposed to be doing. Like there's so many unfinished storyline, like smaller storylines that I feel like they built up in the beginning of Game of Thrones that we just never got an answer to. So what are some shows, like if you want to chime in on Game of Thrones, or what are some shows that you know that suffered that, like high production, horrible storytelling, or video games? Talking about you, Anthem.
Oh, video games. I don't have a video game thing. It's more anime and maybe like what she just said, Game of Thrones is like the biggest one for me.
Yeah, let me really bad. I think just speaking on Game of Thrones before we move on from it, I agree with you, Bree. I feel like because the demand for like more dragons, more scenic, and those action scenes. I think it was Dan and Dave, right? That were the
Dan, yeah, the two guys. Yeah. I don't know. I almost don't say their name. They're like Voldemort, but
that's what I'm saying. I feel like they tried to give us what we wanted in that sense, but kind of got lost. And then when it got to the point where the show was, out speeding the actual source material, the books and everything, I feel like they might have, even though they did have George R.R. Martin there to give, like,
I don't know, was he really there?
I don't know. I
feel like it's like a weekend at Barney's thing. Like he was there, but not really, because
I don't really see that. And I think that's a large reason as to why Dan and Dave are a part of the sequel that's happening with Jon Snow. I feel like this whole sequel with Jon Snow, which I feel like is unnecessary. I feel like they're doing it kind of to piggyback off of the whole reception of the last season. I feel like it's a way to apologize.
You think they doing kind of like how Star Wars did to apologize for that horrible last trilogy by giving us Dave Filoni, with Mandalorian. Oh, and these Star Wars series have been slapping. Like the best apology you could ever give for that bullshit y'all did.
I'm not a huge, so I'm like bow out of this portion of the conversation because
I'm just saying that they Star Wars did that successfully with what they did after the Force Awakens trilogy. They kind of started giving us shows, like they gave us like the Mandalorian, which are great, and they had a very strong director come in and work on it, and it almost like kind of like, okay, let's go back and explain some of the problems.
I haven't seen an episode. Like
it's so good.
That was.
It's so good. But they kind of went back and fixed some of the problems with like holes in the story, and so I think maybe they are going to try to do that, like you said, with the Jon Snow series. Like, okay, this is why this happened, and this is why this happened. But sure, you can say Halo Infinite had a good budget. Yep, definitely was one of those. What else? Any other shows y'all can think of that had that problem? I think it's more of a video game thing. Like I said, Anthem had the world's largest budget and was putting out promo material for years and had everybody ordering.
What's the latest blasphemy? What was it? Cyberpunk.
Ooh, Cyberpunk.
Are you talking about the game Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
I haven't played that yet. I need to play it. People say
I don't know. I haven't caught up now with possible patches or whatever that could have come out since then, because I tried to stick with it for a good solid couple months, just hoping that eventually through patches stuff would be better. Because that shit, when I talk, it looked like Legoland when I first booted it up. I'm talking about shit just randomly missing. I'm not able to continue through the game. They want to put the attention in other places where I'm just like, do we really need these floppy genitalia? The penis physics on these character designs. Because
talking hentai language now.
When you that's true.
No, it's okay. It's fine. I'm cackling. It's hilarious.
When you create a character in Cyberpunk, when you first started, they give it to you all. You can create a transgender character. You can create.
You create the genitals too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it's just there. It's right.
What is this important to the story?
Not that I know of too much. There's some sex scenes, but I didn't get that far to see it's over here with all the.
Do your custom genitalia show up in the sex scenes?
I didn't see many. I didn't get. I quit like 20% through.
Not me wanting to go play it so I can see if my custom genitalia matter to the story.
Comment you just
that's fun.
It's a good game on current gen consoles. He said yes, you can. So sure, you can. The genitals show up, and you could just say it out loud. Do the genitals show up? Do the genitals show up in the sex? I'm sorry, I'm cackling. This is making me. This is tickling me beyond anything. So that's why they budget went to peens and pussy.
Yeah, but they should have actually put it to. I mean, because that's a big thing. Yeah, it probably was great because I hear it was amazing on PCs, and I hear it was pretty good on the current gen consoles.
Oh, okay. He said he hasn't gotten to that point yet. He don't know.
But it just wasn't. It wasn't the best, and I was going to fight for my money back, but I was like, nah, we just chuck it up as a loss. Learn our lessons about being too hyped up for games that we don't have too much context around.
And that's why I think I appreciate animated. They don't do that to us, but games they're definitely good for it. What were you going to say, Jay?
Well, I agree with Twan when he just said just now. When he said just I would say wait till you hear more from it. To be honest. Get the gameplay. I've been spending some of the gameplay. Don't spoil yourself silly, but know how it flows. What's the production for it? All that, and then check it out. Me, I can't think it was the last game I played. Damn.
Shout out to Before You Buy YouTube channel.
That too.
Before You Buy, okay.
But I think it's just a matter of Actually, I'll go to a visual novel I played. Everybody's played Doki Doki. I already knew what that was going to it because I have visual PC games.
He looking at my face.
Yeah, so exactly.
We've all played it.
But since I like dark stuff, I already knew that one. And guys, I have played an H1 before, and that was crazy because that was a murder one too. I'm like, yo, rated R Jason for everybody. But it was a matter of you can get. Don't expect animation on that. Just expect good wallpaper scenes and talking and good voice acting with them when they have
and for everybody watching, you can watch me play Doki Doki on this channel. There is a playlist of me playing through Doki Doki.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I saw that by the way.
If you've never seen it, go check out that playlist. I'll link it in the video.
So guilty watching you play that. So it was like a strange.
Twan made me play it.
It was such a strange.
Who made you play it?
Enjoy it.
Twan, I played Doki Doki. I'd never heard of it or anything before I played it, and Twan was like, "You should play Doki Doki." And so I played it, and I went live while I played it on Twitch. I live streamed the whole thing, the whole playthrough, and then I edited down and put highlights on YouTube. So the playlist is the first one is a full live playthrough. It's not edited, and then the second two are me editing it down. So. But yeah, I did play it, and it was disturbing to say.
It was disturbing. Okay, so that's how you felt.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I just love watching her try her hardest.
You're not supposed to feel happy.
She was trying.
I was trying to get the good ending that didn't exist. That I didn't know at the time.
But I love when it got the time to choose the words for the poem. And I told her, when you pick words that make the characters jump up, you're more than likely to impress them or whatever. And I think they was giving her some like good selections. They would put stuff like miserable and then happy, but then somewhere in the game they started giving her nothing but death, despair,
Yeah.
turmoil, and the way Bree was breaking down, trying not to choose these options.
I know. I was trying to pick all the happy words. I was like,
Oh.
No.
yeah, it was terrible. I mean, it was
Game of
cute,
Thrones,
but I would not play it again. I would not play it again.
But I need some good recommendations now that I got my new little gaming computer and I'm getting my setup and everything going. I need some recommendations for like some good online
The
games.
visual
And I
novel
do-
one?
Huh?
I said you said you need good recommendations for like visual novel games.
Well, I mean, I was mentioning like do want to play some like good ones, and majority I like to like the dating sims and the some of those are cute, but I am more in the like
Mandrill, I don't see
horror,
you.
the got you on your edge.
I got
edge,
you. Okay. Since I already gave so funny enough, I gave her quite great anime recommendation, but also this was a freaking visual novel before it even got produced as one. Because technically, I tell everybody, this really should be a mature story because it has type vibes and it's so bad. But the story of the sense of love that surrounds it is really good, especially when it came to the four glasses with the big chest. I knew how that was gonna go down. But the Sugar no Sora is a good one.
Sugar no Sora.
Yeah. Tongue tied, guys. It's off the tongue. Yusugu no Sora is that's what it's called.
Oh, Yusugu.
Yeah. And then there's Shuffle. Shuffle's a good one. It has better routes. That was an anime based off the visual novel. The visual novel is a lot more better because they have different routes, different stories, different surprises, or whatever girl that you pick.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody out there who's a Kade fan, I
don't.
She's pretty cute. She's pretty cute, but when you go missing, just know what you're getting.
I googled. I took a screenshot. I can't look it up on my computer right now.
No, it's cool. Like I said, I have a list that you can
later.
probably check out. But if you want, like, let me ask you, you don't mind just romance ones? Would you like ones with that allow you to play as the characters more often, or would you just like it for like?
I really want some Telltale shit like that. What was that Walking Dead one where like it was like to choose your own story?
Okay, I get a little bit of what you want.
Or choose your path because I really loved watching it. I watched the gameplay of it from some streamers on YouTube, and I was like, I want to play some shit like that.
Summer is playing Summer Mince Pies as a streamer, and she's playing the Stanley Parable, which is so good. It's like a mindfuck game. It's great.
That sounds like me. That sounds like
also play myself and Yaretas, who is on Twitch. She is also a streamer. We are going to start playing Don't Starve together again, and we can have up to 6 people play with us, and it's just us two. And so please, it's on Steam. It's like $14. Download Don't Starve together because I'm going to be streaming it. I might stream it tonight if Yaretas is free. Because we were struggling. Okay, it was just the two of us and we was dying. It's like a little survival game, but it's a little disturbing, like at night, like it gets scary and stuff. So we're supposed to be streaming that live. So please join with us. We need like 4 more players to have a full team. So Don't Starve Together is another one that you could play. And it's pretty light. I mean, you have a great PC now, so it doesn't matter, but it's like I think most PCs can support it.
I think mine is pretty powerful. I feel like
I'm like, if you can play The Sims on your computer, you can play Don't Starve Together. So it's like a little 2D.
Got a little i7 dual processor. I feel like that's cute, right?
That is cute. That's real cute. So yeah, just play that together. Mandrell said he was in the back. I don't see you. Like it's not showing that you're up here. It's not showing you're in the back, so I can't pull you up. I don't know where he is. It's not showing. But yeah, some of these games like on Steam also prove that you don't need crazy production costs to have like a good ass game. Like I think there are some basics of gaming and stuff like anime, all that just makes for a good game. And so you don't need the stupid crazy budget if you have a solid ass.
That's why I get so confused. Like how do these game developers, the ones that are creating Boo Boo on the plate, how do you not like look at the what is it? The things that attract us from good games, like the plot points or the themes, or just like how, like I don't understand how it's hard to like hit those notes with creative original material. You know, like sometimes, like they say, if the fucking wheel ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, build a
That's
boat.
but I think it's like the new generation, maybe new generation of gamers who did, because I mean a lot of us like started off playing like side scrollers. There he is, side scrollers, Mario, all those games like that. And like so we're a little bit more like, oh yeah, we'll play anything. But I think some of these younger people like they ain't trying to play that.
Shout out to my first RPG, Septerra Core.
I have never heard of that. Hey Mandrill, welcome to the stream.
What's up, Mandrill? How you doing, man?
My first RPG was Mario RPG.
What's up, Twan, you big baby?
But yes, from? I don't know. You know, he always like super aggressive.
Is this still chip slander?
Oh, Twan was eating that chip.
I know.
And
Twan, I said this was chip slander. All right, bro. How about you and shoot
my back? My back hurt.
Let's see.
My back hurt. That's what got me with it. Twan said my back hurt.
It was hurt anyway, bro.
Them bubble guts hit you from all angles, honey.
But he ate a chip and he's like, my back.
Not his talking about I ate a chip. It wasn't just.
Mandrill got a lot of tough talk for somebody who ain't ate the chip.
That's what I'm saying. Like it ain't even. It ain't even.
No,
I got passion.
You big baby.
It ain't even just a chip, bro. You act like I ate a Dorito.
Right.
It was just
right.
It looked like one, but it was just black. Which means
I'm gonna send you that Dorito, and I want you to get on live.
Right. So it sounds like Mandrill is volunteering for us to send him the chip and eat it live on our show.
Send me the chip. I'll eat it. I'll tell that. I will.
Really?
Because I will
do that. Yes, I'll do it.
Okay, we got.
All right, everybody in the chat. I need a witness in the chat to say that you heard Mandrill. Yeah, somebody clip this.
And
say I Mandrill will eat a chip.
JT Concha would keep me honest. No, Mandrill, no, you didn't. You said you eat it. You gotta eat it. You gotta fucking do it.
Jay will keep you honest.
Especially if I buy that $20 chip, bro. You eat that
$20. JT Concha will keep me honest. He was like, no, Mandrill, no, you're not getting out of it. You're not.
Now Mandrill gonna buy the chip himself. He got it. You gonna buy the chip yourself?
You be like, yo, he got it.
My coin. Okay.
And I'm just saying, you got it. You gonna eat the chip. You don't want to give us your address. I know you want to give us your address.
Why not? I don't care. I mean, what are you gonna do? Come here and start a ruckus?
I will.
Yeah. All right,
so I mean,
Amazon. What kind of chip is this? I'm on Amazon right now.
It's the one chip challenge. Search Scorpion Pepper, Carolina Reaper Pepper. That's the one I did. I did the two.
This is gonna be so great. I wish it was almost my birthday because this is like amazing.
Yeah, mine passed 2 days ago, so yeah, officially 31 now.
Scorpion Pepper.
Oh, happy birthday!
Oh yes, again, happy belated.
Scorpion Pepper, what now?
Sucks,
Scorpion. Well, just search one chip challenge in Amazon. It should pop up, and it's the chip that's in a coffin. It's the chip that's in a freaking coffin.
Sure, you can play the Palpatine good sound. Y'all couldn't hear because I'm not an OBS. Oh, but I do want to make an announcement because it's like 6:00. I mean, we started late. We got a little bit of time left, like maybe 2 more minutes. But I do want to say that we streamed to YouTube today just because like we've been gone for a while. And yes, $27. Inflation.
Wait,
inflation.
There's another one.
Right.
There's another one for 18.
Oh wait, that's what happened. That's the original I ordered for 18, but they sent me the new
Becky one chip challenge.
Yeah, no, you need to get the yellow one. Make sure it's yellow.
Yeah, it's in the yellow. I'll tell you
okay.
I'll drop the link in the back chat here to verify.
You dropping it for me,
no, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
I'm dropping it in the back chat just to verify that this is what you're talking about. Okay, because I want to pick this up, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna prove to you, Twan.
Okay.
Prove it.
Oh yes, please.
I'll give you the stats. It took me a good 3 minutes before I had my first drink of water. A good 30 minutes before the first tear left my eye, And then, as y'all saw, I just could
I felt
not
bad for
function.
you too, Twan. I did. I was feeling nothing.
I felt really bad. I was really worried about it.
So many people, people I work with that I send the video to that watched it. My friend Sahara, who I adore her, she adores me. She was just like,
hey,
I ain't gonna lie to you, it was so hard to watch. She was like, I could not watch you be in that much pain.
Wait, what made it funny, Jay? Is Twan went to Instagram and recorded some of himself like standing on the balcony.
It was tears. It was
so extra. It was so extra in so many ways.
Toxicity.
I hated to laugh that hard at your expense.
Yeah,
I really
I enjoyed
That's
it.
why we do it, though. That's why we do it.
I enjoyed it. I did not feel bad about it.
I felt bad for Twan.
This is for you.
Yeah. Oh, you got the box set. Let's go.
Yeah, I got them.
Hey Kai, welcome to the stream. We're kind of on the tail end today. We talked about in celebration of Father's Day, we talked about some of our favorite anime dads, TV show dads, and then we went into talking about production. We talked about production value over storyline. So we kind of talked about like examples of anime and TV shows that suffer with high production, bad storyline, and if we need either one of them to, I'm like kind of a production snob, so we kind of talked about that. Now we moved into Mandrill has volunteered to do the one chip challenge on our show, so that's where we are. We got about maybe 15 minutes left in the show, so we're kind of just on the tail end of a combo, just kind of talking about whatever.
Okay, yeah, because they released the new bounties in One Piece and announced the new Yonko. Okay, and they revealed. You finally see the reveal of Green Bull, the new admiral that we haven't seen yet.
On what show?
One Piece.
One Piece.
Yeah, and I
haven't read it yet.
I got you. Here's the thing. There's 3 manga that I read in anime that I watch. That I'm going to watch for sure. There's One Punch Man. The manga is badass, by the way.
Yes.
There's One Piece, of course. You know, One Piece fan. And then there's King Omega now. King Omega, because Ashura's done. Omega's going.
I've never heard of that.
Is that on Viz?
There's one on Netflix. The show is on Netflix so far. The 3rd season is coming out. They're still working on it, but season 1 and 2 is on Netflix. And check out King and Ashura. On Netflix. Yeah, it's well worth it. That's a very well written story, and there's a lot more going on that they kind of hint to in the 1st season. They mention a couple of things and hint to a couple of things in the 1st season, and then when you see in King and Ashura, because King and Ashura is the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. Once King and Ashura is over, King and Omega picks up like 2 years later, right? And because Netflix hasn't finished King and Ashura yet, the next season's coming out because they're working on. It's in production now. I think it's in post-production, so it's coming out pretty soon. But King and Omega is the continuation. It takes place 2 years later, and all the stuff that they hinted at in King and Ashura, they get right into in King and Omega, and it's like, wow.
And you said this is on Netflix. Can you type that in the back chat?
Yeah.
Type the name in the back chat. Hi Fly Guy Kai. Look, this alliteration in your name be fucking me up. Spy Family is good. It's 10 episodes. Spy Family is very good, enjoyable, wholesome.
Has its foot on my neck right now.
Highly recommend. Yes, it's really good.
There it is. It's in the back chat. King and Ashura.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I gotta watch. I haven't watched the episode with Dodgeball, and I feel like that's when.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet either, Twan.
I feel like Anya's. She about to break into her shonen character in this one. I just feel it.
I'm still a little bit behind, but I may stream it, and I've been saying for a minute for people who don't have some of the services that I would stream a bunch of episodes in my Discord. So anybody watching, if you're not in my Discord, we kind of keep it quiet. It's just really I really have it there so that when I stream anime for free, y'all can watch it.
I got you, but
because it's too many. It's too many streaming services. It's too many.
Wait, let's get back to this chip. Okay, this chip looks nasty.
Let's get back.
This isn't a delicious chip. This is for pain.
This thing looks. It looks painful.
Yeah, it's not for.
It looks like pure pepper. It looks like someone just ground up a bunch of peppers and packed them together.
That's what they did. That's what they did.
That's why, like, somebody
that's what they did.
When I was about to eat it in the video, I was like trying to compose myself. And even though I was like, I did not like blow on the chip to cool it down. I was just trying to like, I had it near my mouth, and I was like,
you blew on the chip. I saw you do that.
oh, that was you that called me out.
I saw you do that.
That was Madrell who said, "Did you just blow on the chip?"
I did not blow on the chip.
It's not gonna cool
It's
it
not
off,
on
man.
fire.
Why you blowing? Why you blowing on it? Why you blowing on it? I wanted to.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see you snotty and crying. Don't leave either. You gotta stay on camera.
Like he's gonna eat it. He's gonna stare into the camera for 30 minutes.
Yeah, you're gonna stay on the camera. You're gonna be still. You're not gonna drink nothing.
Although Bree, you did. I wanted. When you told me to sit still, the camera's struggling. Sit still. I'm like, mother.
That was so funny. Yeah, Reese.
Look, I'm here for the show. I'm here for the people. Okay.
Reese said the camera's struggling. Sit still.
I'm here for the people.
She was like, Twan, sit still, Twan.
The camera's struggling. I was not reveling in his pain. Okay.
She can say what she
The thing
wants.
is,
She can say what she wants.
You can see it getting worse and worse and worse for him. Jay, you can see it getting worse and worse for him. He's sitting there like, he was kind of uncomfortable
he had the
at first,
bubbly.
and he was like going,
Yeah.
oh.
Twan was in labor. After Mandrill eats the chip, we got to question him about fat people. Yeah, that's like, who asked him? Ask him about Ukraine.
Yeah.
So we're going to ask you questions.
And then you can see Twan get weak after that. Twan just kind of like,
Now, I think,
I was like, he looks tired. Look at it.
At the point of the Ukraine, wow, I cannot speak. The Ukraine question. The Ukraine.
Doing that word.
Around the time that question was asked, that was fully at a turning point, because I remember being like, bitch, to Ukraine. Like, I didn't say that, but it was all of my face.
You did good.
I'm not answering this question no more.
That was good interview training.
I don't care what nobody say. I feel like, compared to the videos I've seen, granted, I did see this one where these 5 military guys sat at a table and they all ate a chip at the same time, and this guy on the left, cool as a cucumber the entire time. Everybody around him is dying.
Hey, what do you think? He had to be what do you expect? He had to be a Mexican.
No, he was white.
So that's why
he was just a white man.
Oh, he was white. Wow.
There's some Mexicans that look white. Only Mexicans stomach that kind of shit.
I guess.
You know what?
Yeah, that is true.
That's all they do.
No, that fully is true.
Man.
Mexicans
don't give me that look, Jay.
Indians. Oh, they'll.
No, I am not. No. Twan, I'm not saying you're wrong. I ain't never seen no black Indians, bro. I mean, not black, white Indians. That shit.
I know. No, I'm not saying. That's
no, they can be light
white.
though.
I'm just
they
saying.
can't be. Yeah, they don't look white, just light.
Yeah.
White people do destructively spicy stuff. What does that even mean, Kai?
I'm gonna say these
you
must
know
be
what that means.
Like motherfuckers who bleach their skin like Michael Jackson. Because I'm like, what?
Nah, I ain't know.
Wow, my man. If I see that, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm like, what?
Nah, I feel like I know a cis white man when I see a cis white man.
Okay, I feel you.
Wow.
I
feel like that was loaded.
Be like, what?
It would have to be on a Saturday when I do it. Okay, because Saturday's
you need that recovery. Yeah.
What's wrong? You said Saturday is what?
My days off. The Saturday's my day off. So that's on Saturday when we do it. So
we'll go live to watch. I'll go live to watch you suffer. You just let me know.
100. I'll drop
you.
I
go
want to
live
see me in pain. Breathe.
Absolutely.
Breathe.
Yeah, absolutely. What's up?
Why?
I just feel like it's deserved for me, but yeah.
Hey, Twan, check this out. All I've ever done for Bree is show her love and support. And now she just wants to see me in pain.
You can still suffer. I mean, as long as you don't die, we good.
You know what? You know what anime I don't want to be in? The one where Bree is the villain.
What y'all mean? We do choose violence. What do y'all mean? I would be a good villain. I would have a legit reason.
We know you would.
I would have a good reason for being a villain. I'll be like Thanos.
I don't think so.
You might start out that way, but
she keeps thinking
you gonna go down. You gonna go down.
I don't think she's gonna bring in Thanos. Like she's gonna be.
First of all, Thanos was the hero, and Smith was the hero of Matrix. So I'm always
now you're crazy on that one.
No, Smith was the main character. Go back and watch it, then we'll fight.
No,
we always support the villains. Thanos actually was trying to save them from. Remember in the Eternals, Thanos actually knew the whole thing about when the Celestials are born, the planet blow up. So he was actually trying to save them.
Well,
Yeah,
if you think of Thanos as the good guy,
That's why I say I'll give you
That-
Thanos, but not
Thanos is the good guy. He is the good
if
guy.
you think of Thanos as the good guy, that furthers my narrative of Star-Lord being the villain because fuck Star-Lord in that specific movie.
Agreed.
Maybe he is the
I'm
villain,
like,
but Thanos really
yeah.
was trying to save them. He was trying to save them. He was.
So what, you want him
He
to do
knew.
that to Earth? Yes.
But he knew, because remember in the Eternals they said if the population got to a certain amount, then the Celestial is born.
Yeah.
So he was trying to stop the Celestial from being born by getting rid of half of the people.
Nah, I don't think he went that far. It was
No, that's the truth. That's like literally the story that he knew, because he is one of the Eternals. He just has a he looks abnormal.
Yeah. He has a
So yeah.
Well,
It's true.
He's what he is he's a mutant among the
Yeah, he's a
Eternals.
mutant.
Among the
Right.
people. Yeah.
He's an outcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amongst his people. Yeah, he's like humans have mutants, you know, like they estimate he's a mutant of his people, you know, and they treated him like absolute ass cheeks when he was
even
growing
his
up.
mama was about to kill him at birth.
Yeah, his mom, his mom tried to kill him several times. Several times his mom tried to kill him. And think about that does to the psyche.
Some guard shit.
I feel like he was trying to stop. He wasn't trying to stop him, but he was.
He wasn't trying to stop the Celestials. That one is, but his reason why he did it in the movie, that's
he still was trying to save. He was still trying to save everybody.
He was trying to save everybody, but in the comic books, his motivation
it was for Lady Death. Yeah, he was simping. He was simping for Lady Death.
He was.
Yeah.
So tell me this, because women can simp too. Does everyone here? Do you like a simp or do you not?
Simps are part
like
of the ecosystem. What's wrong? Simps are
absolutely.
I mean, if somebody wants to lavish love and adoration on a person and they got it like that, I feel like there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The only time I think the problem is when you don't have it like that. Like he said, it ain't tricking if you got it. I think if you don't have it like that, you're doing it because you trying to prove a point and you trying to like out of your weight class and earn their adoration by getting them stuff, then it's a problem. But if you got it like that and you just like, yeah, I'm buying her everything because she's my queen, by all means, carry on.
Either way, all Simps applications are being accepted. I'll be reviewing them this week. I'll let you know.
Then I would like that. Like I said. Now, Jay, like I said, women can simp too. Now, Jay, what do you like a simp?
Do I like a simp?
Yeah. Do you like a woman to simp over you?
A female simp.
Yeah, okay. I said women can simp too.
That doesn't exist.
Both men
I think it does.
Both men. There's some women.
That's called a pick me, isn't it?
That's how you get. That's how you get those women.
Oh, that's what they are.
Head over heels over Raw Dog Ronnie, Pookie, Ray, Raw Dog Ronnie. Okay, all them jokers right there. The Dustos. That's how you get that's why you got women who are lawyers and just spend money on these dudes.
Oh, like a sugar mama. Or like you mean like a pick me, like she feel like they like out of her. I feel like most people do that when they feel like you're like out of their range, and so they're trying to like.
These niggas are dusted. These niggas are broken dusted. They sleeping on this woman's couch, and they got the nerve to cheat.
No, I'm saying, but like, so I think that the women, the female name for that would be a pick me because she's so desperate for a man. I don't think it's the same energy. I think a woman who's desperate for a man and like just wants whatever is not the same as like a Russell Wilson who like people say simps over his wife and he got it like that. Like I feel like that's not the same energy.
Wait, before we get to that,
as a simp, I fully will accept them all.
Right.
Here's the thing. No, we'll get to that in a minute.
Type it in.
Jay,
fill it out.
What's your answer? You like a woman to simp over you?
My answer?
Yes, your answer, sir.
Do I like it?
Okay.
Yeah, do you like it or would you like it?
A woman to spoil you?
That would spoil me?
Yeah,
no,
I guess that's what he's saying.
No, because I would feel like a child. Fuck no.
But it's like, well, I guess, because I can't discredit how people feel about like receiving gifts and stuff like that.
No. And here's my thing. It would have to.
I was blowing into the mic.
No.
Yeah, the wind is blowing. I told you that, Twan.
It's hot.
Hey, before the billions, yeah, them lights, man. I'm telling you. Just mute and fan.
No. How you doing? Before the billions. But my thing is, I'd rather have a Toru character. I'd rather raise a girl like
For the
Saru.
billion.
We don't spoil
So
nobody.
he don't want to.
She's
He don't want to be
clean
spoiled.
rice. Nah, she's not spoiled at all. I'll take her.
Okay. I just feel like why these regular men got such a problem with dudes who want to lavish love on women. Like I feel
Because they can't do it. Because they can't do it, Bree.
They really.
I feel like that's the
why.
problem for me. Like, why does that bother you if that's how a man shows his love and adoration for a
God damn
woman?
it, Bree! If I can't afford to do it, then your husband shouldn't do it to you, even though he can afford it.
I mean, that's what y'all be
Okay?
sounding like.
You should get the same treatment from your husband that I get to my lady.
I don't know how that logic works.
I don't know if about the dollar for an individual and doing the most for them. No, he's saying
I mean,
being facetious, like that's how they feel, like because they can't do it.
That's how
They
they
hate
feel,
on everybody
yeah.
who can.
That's what it is. The only reason why you would get pissed off at a because how does a husband simp for his wife? It's a husband.
I don't know, Mandrell. You hang out with them people. What do your friends say?
His wife. That don't make any sense.
What do
Hang
your
out with
friends say,
people.
Mandrell? What do your friends say?
Who am I?
Don't play with
What are you
me.
talking
What do
about?
your friends say about it?
Bree, I'm just saying.
I got
don't
friends.
know.
You
I don't
got
hang out with
friends.
niggas like that. Bree, I don't.
You
Why
don't?
you do me like that? Not like that. I don't have to keep niggas like that in my circle.
Thank you.
Jay in
for
my
the
circle.
video.
It's 88 degrees in Atlanta right
It's
now.
hot. And I'm sitting here
also
because it's laundry day. I'm sitting here in this little jacket, wife beater.
Oh,
He's got a
this-
tear towel like I do, so it don't
Yeah.
matter.
I thought you were
Wait,
being
how-
fashionable. I thought it was fashionable.
Wait, how hot did he say it was?
we can go on
He a
that.
secret simp.
How hot did he say it was over there in Atlanta?
It's 88 degrees in Atlanta
Oh,
today.
cute, nigga. It's
Oh,
91.
Oh,
Here
here come these. You the same.
It's 91.
It's only
Without
3
the-
degrees,
It's
sir.
cold.
with
It's
the
I know,
negative
right?
20 and it-
No,
Yeah, that's
with
the
the heat
cold
index
to
is
me.
102.
It's hot to me right now, Mandrell.
It's
That's-
102.
Yella
Heat index
said,
over here.
Mandrell, Yella said you just want permission to be a simp. We give you permission to simp for a woman. And when
No,
your
it's-
friends
it's-
drag you where you hang out, you can come over here and we'll support you.
Listen,
And I will say this,
Yella,
as much-
I'm not a
Answer
simp,
Metro's
Yella.
question. As much as
What?
I love girls who cosplay and stuff, I don't simp for none of them chicks. You just look nice in the cosplay. That's about it. If you was my wife, it's gonna be a different story because that's for me to see, and then I can go wild.
Now,
Jay, you
That's a
got
good-
to simp
that's
for
a good
these,
topic.
these chicks, man. You
What?
got to start
I don't know
simping.
about got to because that's one thing. I'm probably not about to simp for you, but I will accept your simpage. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
But I
I'm not
can
about to
receive
go out
all of the
I'm
gifts
not-
and all of the
I'll take it.
lavishing.
Twan
Yeah.
said,
I can't do it, but I respect
I'm
you.
not
Yeah.
probably gonna
Yeah.
simp over you now.
Mhm.
But
I'm gonna
I'll
read
accept
Kai's comment. Simping
Let's
reinforces
touch
the idea
on that.
that people don't need to grow. Like if you got someone in your ear telling you you're perfect all the time, it warps your sense of reality. I mean, maybe
Thank
you just
you.
like free. Maybe you just like free stuff.
Thank you.
That's where I'm
I just feel like it's more so. Well,
You
you
have
want
a
to give me
level
free
head.
stuff, then by all means carry on.
right. You got to be level-headed
Yeah.
about it. You got to
Hey,
understand
y'all,
the
yeah,
reality.
no,
of it.
okay, give me
y'all
all this
niggas are a bunch of vultures. You hear me? And here's why. Okay,
Caca.
Twan, it's messed up.
Caca.
If you got someone sipping over you, you should return the sippage in kind.
No,
If they
I'm
ask
good.
for it.
No, it's a
If
one-way
they
street.
demand it.
It's a
Well,
one-way
that's-
street,
No,
sir.
Bree.
Nah,
Bree.
I'm like
if
if
your
it's
husband starts
good
sipping over
sippage,
you,
if
you should be
somebody's
sipping over
really
him too,
sipping.
Bree.
But
I don't
not
believe a
always.
husband can simp for his wife. But I was just
No,
saying
really
Russell
don't.
Wilson because a lot of people say him. But I don't think a husband can simp for his
I don't
wife.
know if he
Is
said-
she your wife? You got her.
Yeah,
And how
that's
does
true.
she? Yeah.
I
So
agree.
how you simping? You know?
Yeah, so I don't believe
Here's the
that.
thing. I think people say
I'm
that
glad
about
you
Russell
don't, 'cause
Wilson
that's weird
because
to me.
number one, they ain't got his money, and they ain't got his
Don't.
votes. It's just a bunch of haters around here.
Yes.
Okay. And Yella. I'm not asking
You
for
deserve the
permission to simp.
expectation that you deserve free stuff for nothing. I mean, women generally kind of feel that way.
Yeah, you do. Exactly. You get. free
It's
stuff for
it's
nothing,
not. I
Bree.
don't think it's related to like anything y'all do. I feel like as a woman, like that's just kind of like
Yeah,
how it
because you
works.
get to sit at home and do nothing.
Yeah, but Bree,
I
if
mean,
you're
I don't
my
do
woman,
nothing.
Yeah, you
But I
do.
just feel like as a woman, you just that's kind of how you're brought up. Like you expect to be given things.
Yeah, and see now you got your husband, poor fella, out there working
That's
his ass
wild
off
thinking.
to make a living.
That's what men like to do. Men like to feel productive.
What
Right?
before the billion?
Well,
said?
yeah.
I don't know
No, you're
about
not
that.
wrong.
I feel
Listen,
there was
he
He said, "I don't know about
There
that."
was one TikTok I saw that kind of just spoke to me. It was like men work their hardest so they can get to a place where they can do nothing. We work so hard to be able to do nothing. Like it really is. And honestly,
That's
I don't
funny,
know if
actually.
That's translucent to me. I'm Casper in this bitch because that's how I want to work
I
my
love
ass off
Casper.
till I
That's my
get to
boy.
a place.
Love that.
Listen,
Right.
I want to get to a place where I don't have
I'm
to
gonna
work
be
as hard.
transparent.
I don't have to be out here in these streets.
I mean, but we generally have to have a kid to have that luxury as well. So it's not like we usually just get this guy. There's not a lot of men who can afford. I mean, there are some, but the high percentage of men can't afford to just like have a housewife with no kids.
Right.
Like usually you're not like at home until after you have kids, because then it like makes sense economically too. So
Yeah,
I mean,
because that's how I am. I'm
smart.
not about to be forced out. Not forced out, but going the extra mile to build this, like plant roots somewhere and get a house and do all this stuff. If I don't have a family to,
Right.
share that with and all that type of stuff, I'm
Yeah,
good
right.
with
Like,
apartments.
that's why I haven't bought
Not
a house
yet.
yet. Yeah, that's why I haven't bought a house yet. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm so fucking free. I might not even be here next year.
Right.
You never know.
I don't know
you
what
know
the
I'm
future
saying?
is.
Like, you live in Atlanta, right, Twan?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, you're right down the street from me. You just come. It's just what, 2 hours? 2 hours drive?
Well, now
he's
I'm
in
now
Alabama.
I'm
Been on
around
fast and going left.
Right.
So it's like
just
I used to
recently
live in
I'm on the
Atlanta,
Gresham
right?
Park area.
Right. I used to. You
Okay.
What part?
Gresham
Zone
Park.
6. Don't be telling
Gresham
these
Park
people where
area?
you at. Don't be telling
I
me.
damn
What say
know
you
my
live?
address.
What say you live in the College Park area?
And if you cute, there's Gresham Park. I don't know if you heard that, but if you over here
So
trying
you
to
live in
sell
the
Gresham
you say
Park.
you live in the College Park area?
No, you can't.
No, Gresham.
Decently
Park.
close
It's
to
not
it.
college. It's like
Oh,
it's
the
in
hood.
Atlanta, but it's like
I
southeast
know where that
Atlanta.
is. I know what that
But
is.
it's actually been, that's where I sold my house at. So
You
it's
live
been
in Atlanta,
gentrified. Yeah. Huh?
You used to live in Atlanta.
I'm
area?
from East Atlanta, Zone 6. I'm from the hood.
You from the hood?
I am from the hood.
She said what she
I
said.
don't believe you.
That's literally where I'm from. I went
So
to
you
school with like Crime Mob, and like I'm from the area Gucci Mane is from, and
I
like
was about to say, you
Future.
don't see the way
and,
she be
like,
checking these niggas on.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Like,
You don't check nobody.
Like,
Here's the
bruh.
thing. Here's why I say no.
Atlanta.
Bree be
I've-
checking people.
Here's the thing.
Sorry, I
I've
gotta
given
speak up
Bree
on that one.
plenty-
in real life too.
Wait, I've given Bree plenty of reasons to check me, and she still hasn't.
Atlanta in the house.
Don't
I
give her a
poked-
challenge.
I
Do not give her a
it's
challenge.
It's because it's. I
poked
mean,
her there a couple of times.
I'm not-
just to see if she.
I'm
gonna get
just
up and
no, like,
swing.
cause I mean, I'm not quick to anger or anything, and I don't generally feel like everybody. I can do banter, I can do debate. You don't have to agree with me. There's very few situations. Like most people don't move me to anger. Like I'm
and that's
pretty
a good place to
patient.
be.
Right. It's very hard at this point in my life to move me to anger. Like even if I check you, I might probably still not mad at you.
Yeah, and when I say
You know what
check, I'm not saying that Bree be on here like cussing dudes out and all
No.
that
I
stuff,
see-
but she
I see
will
her
bring
do
up a
it.
point to make your ass think.
No, here's
and
the thing.
I bet you
I've seen
9
Bree-
times out of 10,
Now,
you gonna come back with
I
some
have
bullshit.
seen Bree
Surprise.
talk down on broke niggas, right? And talk down on people just because.
Well, they deserve to be talked down on.
Wait. See, here it
Is this what you're talking about? Because
Hey,
what are
please
we
pay
talking
attention,
about
Jay.
here?
Listen to Bree.
They deserve
Just
to
like,
be talked
you
down
better
on.
put
I
your
saw
weight up if I
Bree
be nice.
And Shy Cutie on here, and they
The
was
ratchet
talking mad
strong
noise
that
about
one.
guys who ain't got a lot of money. And Bree sitting here like,
I love
with your
that.
broke
Yeah,
ass.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
see, Bree
broke
sitting here like,
ass.
with your broke ass. Because you broke, nigga. That's why you broke. Stop being broke. I was like,
But Bree comes from a place.
I was like,
and
wait,
correct me if
what?
I'm wrong, Bree.
I come from.
I feel like
Uh-huh.
Bree comes from a place where she has standards for the type of life she wants to live and what she
Yeah.
will accept and how she.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So if you come around here talking that bubble gum when it don't mesh,
And
with
I
what
mean,
she's-
and I'm also from the hood. So like
So yeah,
I know what I will not tolerate from my children. Like my mom
Yeah,
had
but you
to,
ain't
like
gotta
we
talk
had,
mad
but
noise
we
about that.
had to live there because my mom was a single mom because my dad just refused, to participate in what he was supposed to do, right? So she got a house, and that's where she can afford a house. So she did the best she could by us with what she had, right? So like, there's nothing wrong with that, but like, why would I choose to like? If I'm married or if I'm with a person, why would I like choose somebody where we're gonna end up in the same place as a single mother of 3 kids with no support? Like, I might as well be by myself. Like, why would I pick you and we just gonna end up in the hood anyway?
I
We
feel
can
that.
see we put our
Well, at
resources
least one of the
together.
smart
We can get
ones.
up out the hood.
No, we're not putting the resources supposed to be put together in the front end.
No, but if we build together,
So how we ended up there if the resource
What
I'm
are
just
you
trying to
not-
figure out how is that working if the resources are put together if we're in the hood? Like we should never touch the hood together if our resources are together.
Well, see, it's different. You know, you start off with very little money, and then you build up over time.
Okay,
you know
start
what
out
I'm
by
saying?
yourself with very
No, why
little
can't we
money.
start off together?
Why I
and do
gotta
this
come? Why
together?
do I have to be a? I don't have. Why do I? Let me change the music real
Listen,
quick.
because that I feel
told you from the hood.
Will Smith said this a couple years ago. He was
Right.
like, "It's not my responsibility to
Ratchet is
build
strong
his
with
life
that
or
one.
to make my wife happy. It's the responsibility of us on our own to come together as happy, fulfilled individuals, and then to progress together. That's how I
Right.
view progression. Like,
Progress
yeah,
together.
it's great in a pipe dream sometimes to grow with somebody, find a
I don't do
relationship,
pipe
and
dreams.
build, but to me, I just feel like I don't know. Like
Especially at a
I'm
certain
all about,
age.
yeah,
Like
especially at
that's
a
cute
certain
for
age.
like
Yeah,
before 25. Like, okay, yeah,
I say
everybody
before,
grow.
yeah.
before that.
I ain't got that
See
many
that?
years to be
Still
trying to
there.
build with you. I
Yeah,
ain't
yeah.
got
gotta
After
build it.
25 though.
Look, you got to build these people. Okay, that's how you build a real stable foundation, which leads to a very healthy relationship
No, it don't.
and a very strong bond.
Yes.
It does.
That's
You
why
and your
y'all be
husband.
on. That's why y'all be on these panels where these men
She
wives
said,
ain't having sex with them. That's why these men be in sexless marriages. That's why your wife talk greasy to you. That's why she don't like your ass because she mad because you broke and you drug her ass through it.
There it
You could
is.
have did that shit by
Jay.
yourself. I'm just saying.
Jay, there it is. There it is, Jay. You mad? She mad because you broke. Why you gotta be broken? You gotta be broken shit, Bree.
What was your cutoff, Bree?
You gotta
So
be look at her face.
if a
Look at
man
her
don't
face.
make above
80K.
like 42,
80K, that was her old thing.
Oh, if you don't make 80K, don't
This
even
is
ask
what
me
his
to have
name
your
is.
kids.
Wait for Bree.
Don't even. I'm not even
80K.
having your kids if you don't make 80K.
Bree,
80K.
that's
Ooh, I was
awful.
real low.
That's
Yeah, he was
awful,
real
Bree.
low.
Twan, what'd you say?
Bree,
Hey,
that's
Jenny.
No, I
awful.
was like, what was it? Was it like 42? Was it 48?
42.
No, 80.
42, it sounds like just you, boo boo. I'm not
listen,
even gonna
42
be there.
Look,
Come
40,
on,
listen,
Mother
wait, now
Goose.
42 ain't bad. You know what I'm
42
saying? He can
is
afford.
I
just
didn't
for
say
you.
it was bad. I
It's
just
a
don't know why I
brother.
have to be in there with you. Why do I have to come in?
Because if I bring my 40K and you bring your 40K, we got 80K
She said
now.
work.
We got it.
You expect
No.
me to work?
Come on, Bree. You ain't
Yo,
look,
did you not hear that reaction in that
You didn't
last
hear my
Wife
you
Advice?
didn't hear
When
when
she said,
Shaq Cutie
go to
was like if her
work.
husband was like, what you bitch, I'm gonna go to work. I mean, but if y'all come together, y'all both made 40K, and then okay, now it's time to have the baby, and now I can't work. Most jobs where you make it 40K, you don't even have benefits.
There you do. Work for the government.
Work for the
So
what?
you working for the government, but
Get you a
you make
government
40K.
Oh, the
That's a
government.
waste of
Yeah.
time.
That part
If you're
too.
starting out, yeah. And if you're in the military, you ain't
You
making
starting
nowhere near
out
that.
over the age of 25 in a government job, and you only make 40K.
Some of them
Maybe more than
positions do.
Yeah, because I'm gonna need a little bit more than that.
I'm gonna need a little bit
No.
more than that. If we're talking
Some of
about
them,
we close to
here's the
30,
thing, like say you work for like Social Security Administration or something like that. You one of the people that you walk into the building and talk to, they don't make no more than like 42 grand a year starting out. They start off at like 42 grand.
yeah. So why you can't start off with that before the age of 25?
Because maybe it didn't cross their mind to do so.
Okay,
Bree.
that's
Maybe
fine.
they
So
had-
if you got into it late, it's okay. Late bloomers are fine. I just don't understand why people so quick to get in a relationship while they're still in their growth phase. Because
you grow
relationships bring certain things like kids, sometimes unwanted. And then you're not prepared for the financial burden of
This is-
having said.
See, because
this
Bree,
is
you
what
like
makes the
me.
relationship better.
It's just
I'm like you,
wait, make it better? The struggling?
Yeah, the struggle makes it better. Makes
See?
the bond
First,
stronger
don't make me
together.
end this. Don't make me end this live. Don't make me end this live and go live on Twitch so I can say what I want to say. Because YouTube will ban me. Yeah, I'm not even gonna be playing with YouTube.
You would sit here like they do the Jimmy Walker shit, toss it with your broke ass.
I just feel like,
she was like,
really at the end of the day,
With your broke ass.
y'all black men just think black women should be so ready for struggle love, and I just don't get it.
almost we got to struggle together, baby. Come on, Bree. We got to struggle together.
Okay, can you at least say, Mandrell, you can at least say that isn't the prime situation, right?
That's not the prime situation.
Well,
It happens.
hold on, it's not up
Because you can't be choosing to struggle over.
Yeah, don't choose struggle. That's my point. Like if you meet the love of your life, like my sister-in-law, shout out to Shy Cutie, she married. They got married really young. They got married at like 19 or 20. He makes great money now, and they've been together that whole time. So like, I'm not saying that can't happen for you, but if you're talking about what I'm gonna tell my daughters,
yes, You got to treat the right message.
I'm not
Bree,
telling
come
them
on.
that.
Bree,
No.
come on, Bree. Bree, what if she want? Maybe she meets a guy at 19. She's 19 years old. She meets this guy. She really likes him. She really likes him. And
who don't you
they
like
wanna get
at
married.
19? You ain't did nothing. You like
Right.
everybody at 19.
That's
No,
what-
at 19,
hold on, I gotta say
what if
something,
she,
y'all.
what if she
Hold on, y'all
falls
gotta
in
be
love
quiet
at
real quick.
19
I gotta
years
say
old?
something. This motherfucker
Okay.
said the being the struggle together.
Yeah, the
What
struggle
happened?
together.
Being
It's
the
a
struggle
joke.
together
He
makes
laughs
us
because he said
stronger.
struggling together.
You got to struggle
You
together
like
makes us
everybody at
stronger.
19. You like everybody at 19.
I didn't like
You
everybody at
love
19.
everybody at 19.
No,
First
there was
person who
one.
put it
there
on
was-
you. First person who put it on you good, you gonna love them. Okay.
No, there was
Let's
one
get over
chick.
it.
There was one chick that I loved at 19. I was in love with that chick.
You
For
were.
years,
You
I
ain't
was
with
in
her
love
now,
with
are
that chick.
you?
No. But it wasn't my fault. She was a cunt.
Okay. Wow. See, that's what I'm saying.
Bree,
No, I mean I'm okay.
She
There are
was.
exceptions.
What?
There are
She
always
was. What?
there are always exceptions to the rule, but I would not be telling my daughters to get married at 19. I would not be telling them to do struggle love. I would
What if
not
they
be
choose to
telling
do
them
it
none of
anyway?
that.
What you gonna do then?
Well, they're grown.
And
I
you do
mean,
your
they-
best to guide them. But
You do your
as
best
far
to
as
guide them, but we're talking
preach,
about what guidelines, what wisdom would you pass down to your children? I'm not going to pass them down that struggle. Now, of course, if they fall into that, then it is what it is, right? They can do anything. They could be a stripper. They can end up being trans. They can be gay. Whatever they choose to do, I'm going to love them anyway. But if we're talking about wisdom that we're passing down to, like, maybe this will make your life a little easier, I'm not gonna ever tell them get married at 19 to somebody when y'all both still are growing.
Bree thinks like the type of woman I would want with me, because I would never tell my kids that too. But that struggle shit, that shit's the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. I never heard no dude ever say that.
Struggle together. You might not hear them say that, but I think a lot of them believe that you should do it though. I think a lot of people believe that you should do it.
And now, if y'all want to talk about mindsets, I think it was somebody was saying about the simping, how it'll create a mindset to where you just are giving stuff without deserving it or something like that, to that effect.
Right.
And I feel like it plays the same with that right there. It's kind of adjacent to me, because it'll create that same type of mindset that, like, we're supposed to do this, we're supposed to struggle. It's like those it's like people like those, like I wasn't one of them, but when their parents are arguing in the house, and people say that type of environment can make you feel like that's what's supposed to happen in a relationship. We're supposed to argue, we're supposed to fight each other, that's what builds a strong relationship. When I mean, yeah, it might work for some toxic ass relationships, but there's other ones that grow from support. There's stuff that grow from dialogue,
mutual respect, communication, emotional intelligence.
So
like, we got to get past this point where, like, because we saw people do it, or maybe we ourselves did it, that we feel like we have to tell our kids to do. Like, you can't say that it wasn't maybe the best move just because, like, maybe you did it. I just don't believe that. You try to guide them.
Well,
I'm not going to tell my daughters to get married before 25, if we're being honest.
I mean, like I said, my mindset is along the side of Breeze, but here's where like, it probably alters, where it's more like, I'm arranging for my daughter to be married. I told you that. She ain't gonna get no free will in that terms, in that sense. I'm picking the perfect dude for her.
Not arranged.
He said, I'm a picker. I'm
picking her. Okay. You wanna know why? Listen, my daughter, my rules. That's how this shit. You want my daughter?
I already see you. Come, Delilah. Come in.
The cousins.
Meet this man. This your husband now.
You gotta fight your way to get to her. Through us. That's how I am.
I mean, I think parents should be a good barrier to a lot of things, but you got to realize when people become adults, they also, rebellion is also the name of the game.
They can be rebellious. Listen, they can be rebellious. They can be rebellious till the roof falls off.
I mean, it's just going to be a part of it. Like, what it is, like, I feel like we all go through a phase where we're like, what did my mom say I should do? Yeah, I'm gonna go out of here and do that.
Fully under the opposite,
I did all the opposite.
Exactly.
My parents wanted me to do. I'm talking about that age. Not when you're 21, when you got some sense. I definitely went through a rebellious phase around 21. Like, once I could drink, it was time. Yeah, I voted for the opposite party in my family when they were Democrats. I took it that far.
Yeah, so they're gonna go against whatever you tell them. There is gonna be a phase in their life. I mean, I went Wicca when I was doing Wiccan, doing my witch shit.
Wiccan?
Yeah, they go to do the opposite.
Come on,
yeah.
So
yeah,
opposite of-
Bruja, what we doing? Santeria, we doing it we doing all the opposites of what we were told.
Damn, she really took it far like I did. She said,
I mean, because I grew up in a very religious household, so that's the complete opposite to go the other way.
So I guess
Right.
it felt suffocating for you, right? The reason why girls or boys even do that because they feel suffocated in their own house.
I don't think it's that. I think it's a natural part of just growing up. It's like whatever your parents was so like had on you heavy that was they made sure that's kind of the only thing you see. I think you kind of just naturally want to see the other side of it just to see if that is true. Go ahead.
It's on a more minimalistic scale, but it's the exact definition of this. I would have never seen South Park a day in my life if I wasn't just so happened to be up. I think it was my mom that had some people over playing a card game, and I literally heard her say, "Oh, Antoine I better not ever catch Antoine watching no South Park, all that damn cursing and stuff." And it's a cartoon, and I was like, "It's a cartoon they cursing?" Oh, bitch! The next day, as soon as she went to work on the internet looking up South Park,
right?
That's the exact reason why, because I heard it and I heard I was supposed to. Right.
And I first watched it because I was in high school and some white boys were talking about it.
I mean, but generally speaking,
this is before internet was in every house.
I just like parents to just know that you can be so sure of what your kids are gonna do, but just kind of know that like they're gonna do the opposite of what you say, just for the sake of like establishing yourself as your own person and your own adult when you leave your parents' house. I think it's the normal part of
That's the main reason why I'm struggling. Like cool, when I do have kids. Especially still getting arranged marriage. I'm of the mindset where I'm struggling to even really consider having internet outside my bedroom, because the way I had full range of the internet and all of its wonders at such an early age, I was growing up way too fast. I'm talking about way too fast, and the stuff that I see and experience. Like we talked about this yesterday on the impromptu live that you had. Like the chat rooms alone. Back in the 90s.
Oh Lord!
It aged me a good 5, 6, 7 years. I was really out here trying to be like an adult, feeling.
Me too. Like, I swear to God, I was.
But just know, I mean, that's what I'm saying. But that should also reassure you to some degree, like it's part of it.
I realize I'm like,
do I think I could have? I don't know. I feel like it will. Yeah, I feel like though it kind of made me in a way more. Granted, I did have more knowledge about just the way people act and, the levels of, I guess, I don't want to say evil, but, people that don't mean you the best. You do get that through back then in those chat rooms. But I just feel like I would rather teach that to my kids or have a firsthand, I want to get to you first and put my seeds of knowledge in there first before you go seeing random stuff on the internet and just letting that develop you. That's my problem.
I'm kind of in the assumption that they're exploring, like with just like how much they have access to it. I just kind of assume they explore. I think for me, the best thing I could try to do is just make sure that I'm open so that if you have questions, if you really see something that really disturbs you or bothers you, you can like come to me and I can help walk you through that shame and like fear.
But then for me, it's like you and granted, this is like, keep in mind, because I am like slick going to get what you're saying, but in no way am I like berating. No, I'm just saying, like, in my mind, sometimes I think like, but you are giving it to your kid to hope that they feel like, granted, you can do everything in your power to make a kid feel like they can come to you, they can be comfortable, but you still leave it up to them. And damn, what was that? That said Adventure 2. Was that red?
No, that's blue.
Oh, that wasn't.
But yeah, this it's actually not as violent as people think it is, actually. But that's why I say read this and let kids be kids. Honestly,
let them be kids as long as possible.
Yeah,
that definitely
that's where I'm of the mindset of, because, like I'm saying, I don't know if I really got to paint the picture, but I was looking at Prawn real early.
I mean, I was too. Like, honestly, I have like a kid going into the teenage years, and like, of course, I want to believe, and I would never encourage her to do it, but at the same time, I'm just like,
it's not gonna happen with me.
It's so ubiquitous now. Like, it's just so ubiquitous. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and just be like head in the sand pretending that she probably ain't ran across no kind of pornographic like photos, images at this point. Like, I'm sure she has. So that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, I don't encourage it. Of course, we have talks, like, but at the same time, like, I rather just let her know that like you can come to me and tell me if you see something and you're wrestling with it inside. I feel like for me as a kid growing up, it would have been better if I could, instead of my parents just being the person who tell me what I'm not gonna do.
Very true.
Like be the person that like can help walk me through more complex emotional struggles.
Mm-hmm.
Like walk me through shame, walk me through fear, walk me through anxiety.
And I feel like it would help. I don't know if a lot of people do this when they like at that type of early age where they get level with kids, you know, because I'm a big component of speaking to kids, and not because when I say speaking to kids like as an adult, I'm not talking about having these like long
inappropriate
conversations, but at the same time like speaking to them as an adult, like I'm gonna absolutely guide you, but I'm also gonna give you my little stories about like how I was in that same position, because I want you to I don't want it to be like I'm, like you said, just preaching at you and there's no type of connection, because I remember vividly saying to myself while being lectured that like, okay, that's great, but like but
you're like an adult and you have like everything figured out. I mean, I definitely have had to do that, like walk you through like fear, irrational thought process. Like there's a lot that comes out early, and I think a lot of parents like only try to treat the symptoms. Like by the time your kid's like 16, 17, like if that's when you want to if you want to try to jump in now and try to like control it, like it's too late. Like a lot of people pick up maladaptive thoughts, behaviors, avoidant traits like early, like before they're even teenagers. So like if you're missing it, if you missed all of that because you thought they were your innocent baby, well, because a lot like parents think like, oh, that's still my innocent baby.
Right.
Like
and
until they start looking closer.
You gotta stop.
Yeah. Like until they start looking like an adult a little bit, you're like, that's my baby. Until they get in that prom dress, you be like, damn, you look like a grown ass person. Like you're supposed to catch them. You're supposed to catch them early.
Because I feel like my personality was pretty much set by the time I was 15, 16. Granted, a lot of the ways that I look at life and situations have evolved and grown. At its core, that stuff was pretty much set 15, 16, 17, you know?
Ooh, them emo phases with all them emotions and complex feelings that you don't know how to wrestle with too. Definitely. Ooh, that came in real strong around 14, 15. What you talking about? So...
And I was working through those stuff on my own in my head. You know, I wasn't coming to people. And
that's what I'm saying.
To the day, that's how I do stuff now. Like I retreat. I want to have time to myself to digest and sit with how I feel about something. I don't always want to sit here and have some drawn out conversation trying to get to the root of it. Let me do that first, and then we can talk about it. But and even then, I might change my mind at the end.
But that's like also the problem that I see, that a lot of people don't know they have like irrational thought processes. And sometimes you can have an irrational thought process because you are avoiding an emotion, like a negative emotion. So the thing that happens is a lot of people throw themselves into an irrational thought process. They don't know they're being irrational because they're avoiding the fear. They're avoiding the negative emotion that they can't say out loud. So sometimes I do think like staying in your head is dangerous because sometimes you have to say it out loud so that you can feel the emotion.
I agree with that. But I feel like there's a time where like if it's stated, because me and my ex are in a better place now. But when we were in the heat of it, like there were times when we would have arguments, and we were living together at the time. So, and that's my first time really living with somebody. So I came into it trying to give disclaimers, trying to say like, this is me. Like, even though we're moving into a 1-bedroom, I still need space. So that led us to get into 2-bedroom. And one time during an argument, I was just like, I can't do this right now. I'm gonna say some shit that's not gonna be kosher to you. It's not gonna feel right leaving my mouth, but I'm gonna say it. So I needed to separate myself. And there was a time where he just wasn't giving me that space, and I blew up in that moment because like the feelings like you trying to make me address something that I am not even fully aware of how I feel about it right now. So like, give me that time, let me calm down, and when I come back and have this conversation, address the things that piss you off, and I can sit here and finally speak on it with a calm head, and we can get somewhere. That's
true. Like you don't have a right to a person's like feelings and emotions as well. Like just because they're your partner, you don't have a right to like know everything. That's
I've said it before many times. Humans are irrational, man. They do dumb shit for all types of stupid reasons. And if you're an independent thinker, that won't happen to you. I'm more independent, but I'm willing to hear others. Not be influenced, but more so just to hear what needs to be said.
Yeah, because that's big.
Yes, I would hear what my kids have to say. I don't want somebody. First of all, don't let me get it twisted. I'm not some cold-blooded motherfucker that be like, yo, don't talk to me unless there's something important.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of those cats. All right, I can be very easily. My personality, I can be.
Hey, Monica.
But
sorry, she said she jumped on Thomas Daddy from Food Wars.
But
good example.
Thomas Daddy from Food Wars. That's a good one.
Good example.
Good example. First of all, good example that he didn't turn out trash. First of all,
right.
With the whole wife dying, that changes a man. So I give him credit for still being around. But yeah, like I'm not gonna be those type of people. That type of person.
Well, I think that's good. I think the love for your kids when you have them will make you do a lot of things differently.
My kids crazy. What are you talking about?
Maybe you think you would do. Yeah. So I can't.
Wife, but that's the one thing I noticed I might do because I got to give them that time. My wife needs her time, of course, but the majority of that time has to go to our kids. You know what it has to be. Shit, I'll take them all that shit. They know me.
Well, that's what I'm glad you're looking forward to. Like I said, I think kids will transform you in a way that you didn't think you would. Monica's laughing at y'all responses to some of that. I'm gonna use this moment to go ahead and start to close out because we went over. I said I was gonna be done at like 6:30 my time. It's 6:51. I just like to give us time. We got something to be talking about. It's fine. Right, but thank you, Jay, for coming up. Thank you, Mandriel, for coming up. I'm gonna drop y'all down, and then me and Twan are gonna close out the show, do a little housekeeping. So I'll see y'all next time. And I'm gonna drop y'all. Yeah, I'll drop Mandriel out because he said okay. But yeah, it was a good show. Thank you for hanging with us, everybody. We've had pretty steady viewers, so I'm glad y'all joined us. Happy Father's Day again to all the fathers that are joining us for the show. Twan, any final thoughts you want to say before we head out?
Two things. Happy Father's Day, even the ain't shit daddies. Hope you get it together. And two, Beyonce is disrespectful for making me buy boxes that I have no idea what's inside, but I bought two.
I want to ask you about these boxes, but we supposed to be closing. I'm so annoyed. I'm like, what's up with these boxes everybody buying?
Because she's releasing this album, and finally she threw away the surprise album drop that she created the wave of. Right. And she's like actually doing promotion, and one of the promotions is she posted these 4 boxes, no images. It's just a metallic box CD and T-shirt. Inside is going to be like a 28-page box for all of them, a 28-page photo book for each of them. There's going to be a foldable poster. There's going to be a CD. And then there's also going to be a shirt, and the shirt specifically, have 4 different posters to choose from, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's all of it. So Beyonce got everybody on Twitter, Instagram, screaming and yelling over numbers with no promotion, but we all are still going to buy it. And
he said, Twan, which one you get? That's what she.
I bought 4 originally, because how do you not buy anything Beyonce related and don't get the 4th option or anything for it?
That's true.
Because even this album, it's what was it? It's I forgot, there was a bunch of 4s in it. I can't remember, but somebody broke it down to where it's like, this is 4 years from this, 4 months from this. It has 16 tracks, 16
and
divided
she
by
did.
4,
well, maybe that's why she also
4.
did 4 boxes too. So
yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. So you can't not choose.
So.
And 4 is the first one that sold out. It sold out this morning. 4 was the first one to sell out. So after that one, I was like, there's gonna be some. I'm probably wrong, but I was like, there's gonna be some kind of secret to this. There's gonna be something released in one of these boxes. So I couldn't not give myself 50% chance. So I bought box 2. So I got 2 and 4.
Well, I'll be interested to see how this ends up working out. I haven't seen. I'm sure you'll be happy with it.
It's gonna be somewhere on this wall.
I'm about to say, I'm sure you're gonna be happy with it, whatever it is. My final thoughts. I want some runts right now. I don't know why I want runts. The candy.
With the nasty banana.
With the little bananas.
I hate the bananas. I eat every last one besides.
I love banana runts. I just don't understand why they're so hard. They don't dissolve. They extra hard, so I'm not sure. But,
and then once you get past the candy coat in the middle, that little white center is just.
It never gets soft though.
It don't.
And the pink ones are the top tier. They are the perfect.
I'm glad you said it, because I was over here standing for banana. I guess I ain't gonna judge you too much,
but no, the pink runts are the perfect balance of hard outer shell, and then they just turn into powder when you bite them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is true.
And then the red ones are.
But I prefer something more chewy and something a little bit more tart. So
Okay, I
thank you,
feel
Sheldon, because you feel
that
like
was random as fuck.
that
But I
banana
just been like
is
thinking about runts for the last like 15 minutes. Like I fuck up some runts right
Runts
now.
though. I think if I go to any candy like a Runts, my first thought is like a Mike and Ike's.
Oh, see, I can't do sticky candy though.
Gotcha.
They're too sticky for me. Like I feel like
those are pretty sticky.
I think
They
the
get stuck in your
perfect
teeth.
chewy candy is like those sweet tarts.
Sweet tart.
Or the
Yes, chewy sweet tart.
sweet
That's what I'm
tarts.
talking about. I want some sweet. I want some chewy. I want some tart. Yes.
And then
sweet
it
tarts,
disintegrates
hands
like it's
down.
chewy just long enough. And then when you're tired of it, it's like it's
Gone.
gone.
But when you think you tired of it, it's already gone.
It's over. It's a gas station right out my front door. I'm about to.
I'm
go
glad.
there and get
Hopefully, I talked you out of the ruts because banana flavor, artificial banana flavor, anything is just not.
I don't know. I stand for the banana flavor now laters.
No. And now laters are amazing. I choose now laters over Starburst, but I can't do the banana.
I don't know. I generally like you, but right now I don't know.
Yeah, it's mutual. The moment you said banana flavor, it became mutual.
But anyway, we will be back next week. I don't know what we're talking about. I got to check in with my co-host Shacuti and see if we'll be back on Wednesday for a wife for life advice. I think we will, but we'll see. Thanks for hanging out with us. Once again, I'll probably go live at some point. I don't know if it'll be today. I want to play Don't Starve together. So Twan, download
I was about to say,
Don't Starve
I won't be able to get it now, but I'll probably be able to do it by next show. All right, is this like a series y'all doing, or are y'all just doing it?
No, we just played. Like we just been playing and trying to figure out the game, and I was like, it's fun.
I do want to.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm saying it's fun because it scares us and like we don't know what we're doing, so we just like, well, we should stream it. So.
And also, we're just away because I don't have my desk yet. That should be coming today, actually. It could be outside, but anyway, it's a little awkward for me to play games on, like, to stream it with the way my computer setup is right now. So once I get that all set up, and it'll be a lot better.
Well, I'm gaming again, so I might go live playing like Overwatch or something like that, guys. So I am back to streaming. I don't know if I'll be streaming like to the capacity I was right before the move. I was streaming like 5 to 7 times a week at that point. But I will be streaming. The podcast will be back on schedule. What do you think about this time? You want to keep the 5 o'clock or you want to keep the 3 o'clock?
Let's ask you how.
Okay, I need to stop saying the wrong time. It was for me because I said 5 Eastern, and then I was
I'm
like,
just gonna keep it Eastern Standard. It's just I feel like it'll be better.
Yeah, and I was like, bitch, it's 4 o'clock over here. So I'm cool with the time. I just want to make sure you're cool with the time.
Yeah, let's run it. And if we want to go back, let's talk about it. But I feel like 5 is pretty good, you know.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, thank you everybody for hanging with us. We're gonna go. See y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.